I will request all of you to raise your left hands, please. As high as you can. I can see all 5 fingers. Raise your left hand, especially people who are having their breakfast. Balance your plates on your right hand and raise your left hand, please. Please do that. Yes. All right, you may sit, you may keep standing, whatever you do, but let us make this sacred symbol, 3 fingers down. And what do we have? We see this in the rock shows. It's a rock star symbol. It's a rock star symbol. It is a sacred symbol which is going to shape our lives, my life, and the team, our team, the district literacy team for the next year, and hopefully for all time to come. And let us all say together, L for? L for literacy. One more time, please. L for? Literacy. One last time. L for? Literacy. That's it. That's it. If you have finished your breakfast, come join us. It is going to be interesting, I will assure you that. All right. Let's start with a story. It is a literacy seminar. I'm sure you will learn. But let's start with a story. I think it's a very interesting story. This story goes back to about 50 years ago. And there was this little infant who was taken by his parents to a very interior place. At that time, it was a very interior place in the country, and it was called the Lushai Hills in Mizoram. Lushai Hills in Mizoram. And at that point of time, it was the height of insurgency. There was the MNF, the Mizo National Front, the height of insurgency there. And due to the nature of that infant's father's job, he was taken around, in the deep corners of, in fact, the deep corners of Mizoram, probably south of Mizoram, and into the jungles where even vehicles could not go. And in the midst of shootouts, blackouts, curfews, something wonderful was happening. It was a no-win situation, seemingly, but something really wonderful was happening. This infant was growing up to become a toddler, and then an adolescent, and a young man, and wherever he went, 50 years ago, I'll tell you a story about 50 years ago, wherever he went, there was access to a school. Can you believe it? If I look back now and think, it was miraculous. Deep down south of Mizoram, a place called Saiha, you can't even go. It takes 3 days, to reach there from the capital, Aizawl. And there was a school. And I'm not mentioning just a school imparting quality education, and more importantly, teaching life values. Well, thereafter, the little boy, he grew up and he went on to do his engineering in one of the good colleges of the country. He worked in global MNCs for about 14 years. He owns a business now. And he has the good fortune to wine and dine with senior Rotarians like you. And here I am, and that infant. But please don't take me wrong. I am not promoting myself. It's God's will that I have reached up to here what I have, and God will take me ahead. I am surely not promoting myself. But I needed to tell this story because my access to education was a very lucky event in my life. I was very lucky, to have gone through this education in the worst of times. My parents and myself had 100 reasons to give up. We had 100 reasons to give up, but somehow, in the most hopeless of situations, we clung on to the only thing we had, and that was education. And it was a really wonderful thing to have. It really was a very wonderful thing to have. And now, as I said, this is not my story. That is because I turned lucky. But as I've on seeing the country, started as a Rotary actor. This is my 27th year in the Rotary movement. Started as a Rotary actor in 1995. Many of us, what I have realized, many of us are not as lucky as I am. So, which is why I thought things have got to change. Things have got to change, and the time is now. The time is now. It's about time. It's about time we change. And can we have the next slide? Please give the next slide. And I'm so happy that our policymakers and our governments since those years thought the same way. They thought that yes, we have to catch up. We were called something like underdeveloped country, which didn't sound very politically right, so we called ourselves developing country. However, very early in our country, the political and the decision-making system recognized the fact that literacy and education is one of the primary requirements that we should take. Which is why in the directives of state policy itself, right to education became a fundamental right. I would just like to take you through very quickly to what the government did. So, right to education, the directive principles of state policy, free and compulsory education to all, up to the age of 14. And in the 86th Amendment, we had made this a fundamental right. Further, on 1st April of 2010, the famous Right to Education Act was enacted.
So, Shortage is here. Shortage is finding 4 or 5 presidents are here. That's not gone to pets, so they should be moved for the training purpose. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So after the eradication of polio, Rotary got very ambitious. And Rotary recognized that one of the 7 main focus areas is literacy in education. And probably, it's my feeling that Rotary thought that literacy in education is the focus area of Rotary. Therefore, Rotary took a very ambitious target of making India literate by 2027. 2 years of delays because of the COVID pandemic, which was unexpected. It is an audacious target, but we also thought polio was also an audacious target. So we have experience with us to believe that what we have set out to do, we will do. Therefore, Rotary formed the Rotary India Literacy Mission. And the Rotary India Literacy Mission aims to achieve total literacy in India by 2027 through its holistic program called TEACH. By now we are all aware of this program called TEACH. Can we have the next slide, please? So this is the organization structure of Rotary India Literacy Mission. We have the governing body, we have the executive committee, we have the DG, the district governor, reporting to the executive committee, and the DG parallelly reports to the RILM office also. But and then we have the DLCC, which is our team. We are focused today on the last block, which is the DLCC and his team. Today's seminar is about the district literacy team, the AGs who are basically the bridge between the presidents of the club and the district literacy team. And how many AGs are here today? 1, 2, 2 AGs. I mean incoming AGs. How many incoming AGs are there? 2. 2 out of 7.
This part.
2 out of 7 in the Bengal region, because we are expecting
8. There are 8. 2 out of 8.
2 out of 8. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Which is the 8?
Altogether 16.
Or 16. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 8. Okay, for a start, it's a good number. It's a good number for a start. Yeah. Others hopefully will be attending the Guwahati session, which is happening on 23rd and 24th this month. So it's like, there is a river in between, and there are 2 banks of the river, and one bank is the district literacy team, and on the other bank is the presidents and the presidents of clubs, and the club literacy chairs, and their volunteers, and their RCCs and all that. And there is a bridge in between, and if there are only 2 or 3 pillars in that bridge, it will be difficult to cross that bridge on either side. So I would somehow convey today that AGs are such a vital cog in this scheme of things, who are basically the bridge between the ground and the district team. Thereafter, the presidents come together, and they join hands with their RCCs and the volunteers, and they carry out the programs. I would like to now introduce the district team. I'm very fortunate to have as our advisor on the top of our list Dr. Vibhas Das Purakaistada. He is, we call him Bhishma Pitama. Okay, he is the repository of information insofar as literacy is concerned, and spent 5 years as the literacy chair. And it will be the most difficult part of my job, I anticipate, is trying to fill up, trying to wear his shoes. Therefore, I decided from the very beginning that I will not even try. We have Rotarian Kamal Krishna Das as our co-chair. And from the Bengal side, we have all the teach verticals, we have co-chairs. We have Rotarian Sirsendu Sadhu. Can you please come to the dais, to this part of the hall. We have Rotarian Siddhartha Dev Mukhopadhyay. We have Rotarian Subrato Sen. We have Rotarian Subrato Sain. My apologies once again. We have Rotarian Muhammad Mahidul Islam. He was there yesterday.
Yes, he was there.
He was there yesterday. Yeah, and we have Rotarian Vivek Sarafji, who has not come. With due permission. For volunteer management, we have Sushanta Dr. Roy. Please come on the stage. And as a communications officer, we have Rajesh Surana, Rotarian Rajesh Surana. Where are you? You were here yesterday.
You mind to get up into the stage?
Yes. Please get onto the stage and let everybody give you a big hand. Yes. Yeah, and may I ask Rotarian Jilam Roy Chaudhary to also join us. The boss from RILM, in case you didn't know. Let's all give them a big hand.
Sir. ব্যাটারিটা চার্জে বসানো আছে দাঁড়ান স্যার একটু ওয়েট
This is something I wanted to do, and please,
স্যার স্যার স্যার
paucity of
স্যার
time.
1 মিনিট
Please make it fast because this is not about us.
গৌরব তুই উপরে যা সাউন্ডে কেউ লেখবে
Welcome to the team. Let's give them a big hand in anticipation.
স্যার 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 স্যার
I'm more or less done, and this is now the time for Rotary Jilam Roy Chaudhary to take over. Before that, may I have her introduction, please?
Thank you.
স্যার ওখানে অন আছে এই ওটা এটা এটা দেন তো
Let me.
স্যার অন আছে
Hello. Hello. Thank you, past President Partha Ukhra. Now he has given me the responsibility to introduce before you Rotary Jilam Rai Chaudhary. Rotary Jilam Rai Chaudhary, member of Rotary Club of Calcutta Mega City, has over 2 decades of experience in social development. She has worked nationally on areas like health, education, migration, women empowerment, and human rights with organizations like CINI, Child in Need Institute, CRY, Child Rights and Youth, and PRIA, Participatory Research in Asia. Over the last 7 years, she is leading teach programs at Rotary India Literacy Mission, Kolkata as director, which is a vision of current RI President Shekhar Mehta. A past Hewlett Packard Fellow, Jilam has completed master degree in sociology. A strategist, planner, designer, troubleshooter, and supervisor of meticulous execution of various programs under RILM. Jilam takes special interest in communication and training. She is also visiting faculty in postgraduate courses of development communications to aspiring media professionals at various academic institutions and universities. With these few words, I am presenting before you Professor Jilam Rai Chaudhary.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. Good morning to everyone. This is a Sunday morning and you are all here to learn about a literacy program. Itself shows that you are serious about this and you are here truly to take forward the literacy initiative of Rotary. So I will be presenting the TEACH program, which was conceived way back in 2012-13 after much deliberations with senior educationists and government officials at that point of time, when in I think 2013 in some Rotary convention they decided that in southern part of Asia they will take up literacy as a common area of work. And literacy was at that time a burning issue, and even today as we see post-COVID, a lot of new areas have emerged to work on literacy. Still remains a very important, area where Rotarian can contribute. Now, TEACH program, aims towards total literacy and quality education. What we mean by total literacy and quality education is that we aim towards 100% literacy, and also we want to make education a quality education for children. If you are all aware about one debate currently going on in social media about a comment made by a radio jockey Ayantika about children studying in Bengali medium may not be able to crack corporate jobs, and this has, as I can see, has emerged a lot of debate among us ki আমরা বাংলা ভাষায় যারা পড়াশোনা করেছি তারা কি আমরা মানে কোনো কর্পোরেট জব বা সো কল্ড ন্যাশনাল লেভেল ইন্টারন্যাশনাল লেভেল কোনো চাকরি কি আমরা পেতে পাবো, এবং শুধু পাবো না, আমরা করতে পারবো কিনা। আই থিঙ্ক অনেক কথা চলছে, এটা বলা উচিত না। আমি নিজে বাংলা মিডিয়ামে পড়াশোনা করেছি, ক্লাস 1 to ক্লাস 12 আমার বাংলা মিডিয়ামে পড়াশোনা করা। আমি হয়তো আরোই বাংলা মিডিয়ামে পড়াশোনা করতাম যদি না আমার সমাজতত্ত্বের বইয়ের মানে শব্দগুলো এত শক্ত হতো বাংলা বইয়ের। সো I had to learn English because the English books were readily available, and also the language was far lucid than Bengali textbook in undergraduate courses. So that's how I learned English. So I mean, it's not a debate about medium of study. I think it's a debate about quality education. So I think that discussions jeta ekhon hocche that should be whether children are getting quality education through government schools, aided schools, education that is enough for them to not only gain knowledge but also to express themselves, what they know, what they want to say. So the discussion is about actually quality education and not medium of instructions in school, as far as I understand, and there the debate should be. Now, when TEACH program was conceived, it was conceived to work specifically on government and aided school, because we felt there is a gap, even not only the Rotarians who were conceiving this program, but also when they discussed the whole concept with various educational ministers and bureaucrats who are working nationally at central level on education, various departments, there is some gap that they found, and that's the gap they wanted to bridge. That's the reason they took up the TEACH mission. So that's a brief introduction to why TEACH. We will take help of slides just because that we should not miss some points. So can I go to the next slide, please?
Next.
Right. So TEACH is basically, T stands for teacher support. The teacher support program has two components. One is retraining of teacher, the other one is felicitating good performing teachers. These are the two simple components of teacher training. Now, one more point I think I missed out when I was saying about TEACH program is লিটারেসির উপরে অনেক প্রোগ্রাম ক্লাবেরা অ্যাডপ্ট করে থাকে, তাদের নিজেদের প্রেফারেন্স অনুযায়ী তারা যে কাজটা করতে চায় সেটা তারা করে। সো TEACH টিচ প্রোগ্রাম ইজ জাস্ট অ্যানাদার অপশন অ্যান্ড আইডিয়াস ফর ইউ। তো এর মধ্যে যে কম্পোনেন্টগুলো আছে এটা ছাড়াও লিটারেসির অন্য অনেক কম্পোনেন্ট থাকতে পারে যেটা আপনাদের ইন্টারেস্ট হতে পারে এবং কাজ করতে পারেন, and that would be again under the focus area of basic educational literacy. Rotary Foundation is a focus areas ache. But again, since literacy was decided as a theme for South Asian countries, so at that time this vision came up with this whole design of TEACH, which is a holistic program, and you can actually pick up any of these activities or you can do all the activities as per your choice, as per your ability. So coming back to the teacher training, our program, teacher support program, teacher training is about retraining of government or aided school teachers on various aspects. More than subject, we want to focus on things like skill building of teachers, like classroom management, like critical thinking, like how a teacher should be able to cope with a group of students in the class who are lagging or who have different levels of educational, outcome in the class. So these are some of the skills we want to focus on, and lately because of COVID, we also put a lot of emphasis on capacity building of teachers to conduct online classes. So how, giving them basic idea of how to use Google or how to use Zoom as a platform, how through WhatsApp they can actually connect with their students and continue some kind of a dialogue discourse with students while the schools were closed for 1.5 years. So we focused a lot on online training of teachers in last 2 years. And we have some training partners on board who are giving this training program online through Zoom and other platforms in a very competitive price or free of cost, depending on the kind of understanding we have with them. So next slide please. So these are some of the organizations, like Tech Mahindra is a very popular training partner right now. I can see District 3250 has already conducted teacher training. I will not repeat it every time every vertical comes. So RILM basically aims towards providing you a guideline of a literacy program, which is kind of a technical advice or guideline. And also second important thing we do is we develop partnerships. Partnerships mean we discuss with organizations who are actually leaders of that particular theme, and then we we discuss with them and we kind of find out a solution where Rotarians, if they want to take help, like currently we are discussing with Pratham on teacher training. So Pratham is a very renowned organization in education and they have developed a lot of content on teacher training and students as well. So we are partnering with them, so we will be using their trainers and their content to teach our teachers. So the club will be able to access those kind of training partners through RILM. So development of partnership is something we focus a lot on. And then we also try to encourage Rotarians through giving certificates and awards. Like we have Star Club certificates. So if you have done 300 teacher training in a year, Rotary year, you will be awarded as a Star Club on teacher training. So like that we have segregations. So we would like to recognize clubs and districts for their work on literacy. Next. Okay, e-learning. E-learning is TESC, the second vertical of teach is e-learning. So when we started this program, it was all about providing audio-visual educational content to government and aided school in local language, wherever possible. So like in private schools, we have this audio-visual medium, you have a smart TV or projectors where your teachers take help of this kind of audio-visual content it not only encourages the students, it also, I think, in a way improve the quality of teaching as well. Even that it helps, it's a very good teachers support also in running up, in doing, and it brings standardization to some extent. So initially our program was one classroom program. So in any government or aided school, there will be hardware will be given to one classroom, and all classes will access those content in a following a routine. So প্রত্যেকটা ক্লাসরুমে তো টিভি বা প্রজেক্টর দেওয়াটা পসিবল হয়নি এই প্রোগ্রামের মাধ্যমে, তাহলে একটা ডিজিটাল ক্লাসরুম তৈরি করা হয়েছে যেখানে ইন্টার্ন স্টুডেন্টরা নিতে পারে। দ্যাট ইজ দ্য অরিজিনাল প্রোগ্রাম অফ ই-লার্নিং। নেক্সট স্লাইড প্লিজ। নেক্সট স্লাইড প্লিজ। সো ডিউরিং কোভিড ইট হ্যাপেন দ্যাট আমরা এই এডুকেশনাল কন্টেন্টটা হিন্দিতে এবং কিছু রিজনাল ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে were working for 3-4 years. কিন্তু যখন কোভিডের কারণে স্কুল বন্ধ হলো তখন আমাদের কাছে এই হিন্দি কন্টেন্ট ক্লাস 1 to 10 a web version was ready, কারণ আমরা এটা নিয়ে অনেক স্টেটে কাজ করছি না। So we had that ready content available with us with one of our software partners, Esperanza, who were anyway we are working with them in various northern states and we are providing this content. I remember through SBI Foundation we have installed in 350 schools in 3 different states, same content. So what happened when PME Vidya program was announced by Prime Minister's office, they were requesting content from various organizations which will be, what should I say, converted to a television format. So, এতদিন পর্যন্ত আমরা তো প্রজেক্টরে দেখেছি, কম্পিউটারে দেখেছি, কিন্তু টেলিভিশন কন্টেন্টের ফরম্যাটটা ডিফারেন্ট হয়, কারণ টেলিভিশনে ইউ আর রানিং আ ক্লাসরুম ফর হাফ অ্যান আওয়ার, whereas your web content যেটা teacher in a classroom is showing is not more than 10 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes, because then teacher is pausing in between and explaining the student. So a chapter is covered within 6 to 10 minutes. কিন্তু যখন আমি টেলিভাইজ করছি, that is one way communication, you have to explain the whole chapter, then the content becomes longer আর এটার ফরম্যাটটা ডিফারেন্ট হয় কারণ এটা টেলিভিশনে দেখা হয়। সো উই কাইন্ড অফ হোয়াট উই ডিড ফর 3 to 4 months, our vendor converted this whole content into television content, that format, and 1,500 episodes were given to NCERT, which they checked, vetted, and it was back and forth work, because once we send few episodes, their subject specialist will check and get back to us, these are the errors, these are the things we want differently, and then again we will do it, and again we'll send them to this back and forth. 1,300 something specific episodes we provided to NCERT for television telecast during COVID time. So during COVID time, curriculum modules from classes 1 to 10, অনেক রকমের কন্টেন্ট দেখানো হতো স্যামপ্রভার চ্যানেলসগুলোতে এবং আদার চ্যানেলসে। তার মধ্যে আমাদের কন্টেন্ট স্পেশাল এই জন্য ছিল that we are the only organization who had the whole 1 to 10 content. Rest of the people had like a partial content, কিছু আছে কিছু নেই, সায়েন্স আছে, কারোর জিওগ্রাফি আছে, কারোর হিস্ট্রি আছে, বাট আমরা all subjects 1 to 10 we provided. So it came with a huge cost, like we already spent 2.5 crores on this whole project, and with support from Rotarians we raised this fund, and we need to even raise more if we want to do 11-12, but a total conversion and this whole process through a software company, এটা during COVID time আমরা করেছি, and I think every Rotarian should feel great about it, that Rotary logo is still, if you go to a government channel, educational channel, you will see RLM content is available, and Rotary logo is definitely flashed. So this same content is again with Diksha app. Diksha is a government education app, যেখানে same content which are televised are also uploaded for students to download and learn more. So that same content is also available in Diksha app. Next slide please. So these are our estimated numbers, কারণ আমরা মনে করছি যদি around 15 million children according to government data were out of school during COVID time, তো government channels and other private service providers যারা আমাদের পার্টনার ছিল, গভর্নমেন্টের পার্টনার ছিল PME Vidya project, so they all we tried to reach as many children as possible through television. Next slide please. তো এখন ই-লার্নিং এর ফোকাসটা আগে যেরকম একটা ক্লাসরুম বেসড কাজ ছিল, এখন একটু ডিফারেন্ট হয়েছে। নাও আফটার গিভিং দ্য কন্টেন্ট টু NCERT, we are now working with state governments. এই যে কন্টেন্ট যেটা আমরা দিয়েছি সেটা স্লাইটলি ডিফারেন্ট স্টেট টু স্টেট হয়ে যায় যখন স্টেট গভর্নমেন্ট মানে স্টেট স্কুলগুলোতে যায়। তো সেই কাজটা রাইট নাও we are doing. We are trying to collaborate with various states. In northeastern states, I think Sikkim, we have already provided content in English for 35,000 television sets for all their schools, and also we are now in discussion with Arunachal Pradesh to give content to them. We have already given content, Hindi content to Madhya Pradesh, so and Uttar Pradesh is next, something we are going to work on. So right now individually state-wise content we are providing to state governments for their television channels, or for them to install it to school in school system. Next slide please. Okay, adult literacy. Sorry, am I going too fast? একটু আস্তে আস্তে বলবো নাকি কেউ প্রশ্ন থাকলে? আচ্ছা, so now next TEACH, the third component is adult literacy. When we are talking about basic literacy, I think that's the area where the whole focus should be, because as per government data, more than 75% are already, more than 90% children are already in school. According to government data, 94% children have already been enrolled during their enrolling age. Now the challenge is to keep them in school. So that's a different question altogether. But আমাদের literacy rate is 74%, তার কারণ হচ্ছে we have a huge number of adults who are not literate, around 25 to 27 crore, which is the largest in terms of world data of non-literates. তো এই জায়গাটাকে যদি আমরা অ্যাড্রেস করতে না পারি, আমাদের যে টোটাল লিটারেসির ক্লেম যেটা আমরা করি, we want to do by 2027, সেই ক্লেমটা আমরা কখনোই করতে ফুলফিল করতে পারবো না যদি আমরা অ্যাডাল্ট ইলিটারেসিতে অ্যাড্রেস না করি। সো উই হ্যাড ওয়ান পাইলট প্রজেক্ট 2015-16 আমরা করেছিলাম, যেখানে দ্য হোল প্রজেক্টটা ছিল যে স্কুলের স্টুডেন্টদের দিয়ে উই উইল রিচ টু adults who are around in their life who are not literate or cannot read and write, and we will make them literate through a very simple, user-friendly adult primer or toolkit, we can say. So at that time we took help from one organization who already developed such toolkit, but over the period of past 3 to 4 years, RILM has come up with its own adult literacy primer or toolkit, which in Hindi we have already printed more than 25,000 as of now. Bengali is finalized and Ahomia is almost at the verge of finalizing. But you can do it in other different regional languages as well. Right now, next slide please. Next slide please. Next slide please. Sorry. Next one. Next slide please. So right now we are available, it is in Bengali, Hindi. We are working on Kannada, Marathi, Telugu, Odia and Gujarati, and Bengali, Hindi and Ahomia is missed out from here. So Ahomia is almost ready, which is PDG Kalpana Khound is helping us to finalize. So these all translation is actually primarily done by Rotarians from different states through their volunteer services. And we kind of take the process of finalization and make it a printable, available to all. And this, around the cost, we are saying ki 100 rupees is the printing cost now. Prior to COVID, it was 60 rupees, and at that time we thought, if we make it 100 rupees kit, we will be able to cover the cost of printing, transportation, and everything. But printing cost has immensely increased in past 2 years. So 100 rupees primer will cost for printing itself. So I would request DGE to consider, mobilizing some funds and print some primers and give it to the clubs who are interested to do adult literacy. I know in 3291 Probit Chatterjee is doing that. He has already printed 10,000 copies, and he is asking Rotarians to buy as many as they want and do the adult literacy program. To pichne jab slide backwards. One more. So right now I have two different approaches to do adult literacy. One, we know that Diksha model, which is the student volunteer model, where schools are involved in literating adults. The other one is we are collaborating with various volunteer-based organizations like us who would adopt our program and will do it on a large scale. Say for example, Brahma Kumaris, we have an understanding with Brahma Kumaris. Also, we have understanding with Bharat Scouts. So these are the organizations which are large volunteer-based, and if they participate with us in this particular mission of adult literacy, we will be able to cover more numbers. That's the purpose of having these partnerships. So different partnerships have different way of working. Some people want to print themselves and only want us to train them. Some organization want us to print the primer for them and they will do it themselves, things like that. But the purpose of sharing this information that if you are part of any such large organization and if you think they can participate in this program, you can always facilitate a process of building new partnerships. Next slide. Next slide. So, so these are some of the existing partnerships we have: Brahma Kumaris, Gayatri Parivar, Bharat Scouts, and also we are tying up with various universities. And universities, they have also a good student volunteer base. So they are also trying to understand our program, how we do it. We are training them. We have already conducted some of the training online, and we are kind of encouraging them to participate in this program. Next slide, please. Next. Next. I think I covered all this. Very quickly, I will address the skill development section of adult literacy, which is a part of adult literacy program, where we aim towards building skills of young adults or women to kind of, for them to be able to adopt any kind of profession and run their lives. We have one project we initiated few years back with support from Rotary Foundation and the Lomba Foundation, where we were to kind of build skills of more than 20,000 single women or widow or single mothers across the country through only global grants. So it's an understanding between Lomba Foundation, Rotary Foundation and Rotary India Literacy Mission, and various districts and clubs who were applying for global grant. We helped them to apply for the global grant, and right now 4 such global grants are ongoing in I forget the RI districts. I can tell you the locations. One is in Thane, one in Delhi, one in Bhopal, and one in Kolkata. And we have completed one such project in Patna. So that's one Project Dignity where we have already done 1,627. We have trained as with that many young adults and women. And I think we target to do another 3,000 with these 4 grants. Next slide, please. Now I come to Asha Kiran program, which is the flagship program of, the vertical under child development. So next slide, please. So what is Asha Kiran program? It's again very popular among Rotarians, and I know many of you who have already may have sponsored Asha Kiran children as of now. So it's a program that targets children between 7 to 14 years who are out of school or never been to school, or nominally enrolled and highly laggard in terms of their age appropriate learning outcome level. It's very low. So those are the children we target, and definitely we give priority to the underprivileged communities. Next slide, please. So as of now, we are this is our achievement, 4,190, but we have to do another 45,000 to reach our goal of 1 lakh. Next slide, please. So how we do it? Asha Kiran is something that Rotary India Literacy Mission directly oversees its work. Unlike the other verticals I was talking about, where Rotary clubs are involved in implementation, here we select NGOs, and NGOs are often referred by Rotarians. And also we give advertisements. So we select grassroots NGOs who are working in these communities and who have a similar experience. যারা বাচ্চাদের নিয়ে কাজ করেছে, যারা শিক্ষা নিয়ে কাজ করেছে, এই ধরনের এনজিওদের আইডেন্টিফাই করে তাদের সাথে আমরা এই প্রজেক্টগুলো করি। আর ইন্টারেস্টিংলি এই যতগুলি বাচ্চা এই প্রজেক্টে সিলেক্টেড হয়, সবগুলি either কোনো Rotarian have spoken to them personally, or RILM staff has definitely spoken to them. So we kind of screen each and every child. এখন post-COVID, when you have resumed this activity, we are doing online screening also. Because এখন অত দূরে দূরে সবসময় পাঠাতে পারছি না because of the lot of restrictions, travel restrictions. So we have started doing online screening also for children. But the point is that we make sure that we touch base with each and every child who are taken in this program. Next. So the program, Asha Kiran program, is about identifying out of school children or laggard children, bringing them to our center, educational center, and keep them there for 6 to 9 months to brush up their education levels. We focus on language, mathematics, these two things, mother tongue, English and mathematics. These are the three things we focus on, and these are our, in the Asha Kiran centers. And then we kind of put them back to school after discussion with their families and after discussion with the teachers and schools, so that these children remain in school. So there is a follow-up of 3 to 6 months of that child who is put back to school. Next. Next slide. So the last, I'm not overshooting time now. So the last slide, the last component of TSCH is Happy School. It's a very favorite program of Rotarians, where they would like to rebuild a local school which they think where children from underprivileged communities go, and they want to make that school a happy place for teachers and students, so the children remain in school, they enjoy education and they don't drop out. So that's all Happy School is about. So there are 9 components. Next slide. There are 9 components. I will just make some of them. I'll just tell you some of them. Like we do modification in toilets, so that the separate toilets for boys and girls. Mostly in schools you will find the toilets are there, but they are not functional. So this project aims to make those toilets functional. This project also have a component making the school secured by putting up boundaries, improving classrooms, buying shoes and uniform for children, desk and benches if it is not there, play materials, and we also nowadays encourage to incorporate e-learning medium, that means a projector or television, if you also can add to the school, that adds to the Happy School. So these are some of the components of Happy School, and currently we are in discussion with roundtables. They want to do a 50-50 partnerships with Rotary on each and every school that we will be doing together. So that's a good thing coming up very soon. We are finalizing the MOU. I think that this MOU will be signed in the Hyderabad Presidential Conference. So after we sign that MOU, if your location, if you identify a school and you have a roundtable available in your city, you can do those schools together in a 50-50 contribution. Next. So again, in Happy School, RILM actually never wants to give funds to do Happy School. We have mobilized some sort of funds. We have to pick up from a central location, like things like that. But we have partnership with various organizations who will help you to procure materials for Happy School in a competitive price. So that's what we do for. I will just refer 2 things here. One is the Indian Food Banking Network. They are our partner who provide food free of cost. So they will send, like in Kolkata, they sometimes send like 6,000 boxes of biscuits, milk. So now we coordinate with Rotary clubs and distribute in various schools, but this is not like a consistent project. This is more like an ad hoc food support. And if you want in Durgapur, we can also, or any other city for that matter. I mean, I know Shilchar clubs are very active. They are partnered to this project and they do very good work, I get to know. But other clubs can also participate in this program. They have to just enroll themselves. And currently we are doing a project with Vision Spring, which you can see if you go to our website. That Vision Spring is providing free eyeglasses to school students. All you have to do as a Rotary club is go to a school, get the eye checkups done and upload the prescriptions online, and the address for sending them they will do, and they will send it free of cost. So that's the program. We have already done 10,000 such, given 10,000 such eyeglasses, and we are hoping for more. So if you want to participate, go to rotaryteach.org. It will get it as a pop-up right now. Next, I think. So last component I will talk about in Happy School is the library component. It's also a very simple project. You mostly have libraries in all schools, but not very, what should I say, functional, good libraries. So you contribute 200 books there, and not really the subject books, but more about fiction, workbooks that would interest children. 100 books you can get from RLM free of cost, which will be in English, and 100 books you have to buy yourself locally in local language. That's the project. And you make a Padho Bharat library. So that is another project I would like to you to participate. Next slide, I think. Next slide, that's all. I think this is our website page, and that's all from my side about TACH program. And if you have any questions which will add to this constructive discussion, I am happy to take.
Ma'am, I have a question that you told about this vision program, this program. I think for that program, the clubs first step is to register themselves for this program.
Yes. So you go to the website.
Yes.
There are 3 steps. In the first step, you register your club, in the sense you give your club name, your club ID, and a contact number and email ID. So now you know this is the person who will be taking up the project from the club side. And the second thing is to upload the prescription.
Yes.
So now after you register yourself, then you just go back to your project, you do it, you organize the eye checkup camp, you collect the prescriptions. You can actually upload 5 prescriptions at a go. So in batches of 5 you have to upload the prescriptions, and then you will receive, if they have any queries they will get back to you, or if they don't have any queries, it's a very clear cut thing, they will send you the eyeglasses. So on the 3rd link you have to then upload your project. They would like to see few pictures of children who have got the, or maybe a distribution pictures or something, and that you say that yes, we have distributed. So the 3rd link is about that, and then it's okay. It's a 3-step.
I am saying that the registration is the first step. Registration of your club.
Yes. We do not have the Bengali version right now. We have one vendor in Kolkata who has the Bengali content.
Yes.
So you can purchase, you have purchased, yes. So you can purchase it from them, because we used to work together before in when we used to do the school-based program. So you can connect with them and get the Bengali version from them. But it's not available free of cost from RILM. From RILM you will only get free of cost the Hindi and English content, which is NCERT mapped content. 15,000. What is the cost of the
15,000.
15,000 for one license?
One license, and that is just from class 1 to 10?
1 to 10, yes.
1 to 10, all subjects. And,
All
and, and the material and the
in primary section.
projector, is that connected directly, pen drive connected directly to the projector or through the laptop?
Pen drive. Smart TV.
It can be connected with any kind of hardware, TV or projector. It can be accessed through app also, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
Good morning, ma'am. Excellent presentation. I would like to find out whether your RII model, as you said, you mentioned it is a model for the Southeast Asian countries. Any country beyond our boundary has taken up or adopted this particular model?
So we work very closely with Nepal. Nepal is one country where they have adopted our 3-4 of these components which we are working. Initially we worked with Bangladesh and Pakistan as well. But right now we are closely only working with Nepal.
And following to that, when the word Rotary India Literacy Mission, is it going to be country-specific program?
Yes, so each country has their own mission. So Rotary Nepal Literacy Mission is there. See what happens, to execute the TEACH program, you had to set up one legal entity, right? So RILM is the legal entity, because in India you cannot have an international office. In India you can only have an India office, as per our law. So Nepal also has Nepal Literacy Mission, Pakistan has Pakistan Literacy Mission. So all countries have separate literacy mission.
Excellent. Is it adopted by the RI as a policy?
Yes, see, RILM is a licensed organization with RI.
Thank you.
Good morning, madam.
Just 1 second, I will take his question. Just 1 minute. So regional language. See what happens. It takes around 30 to 40 lakhs minimum to translate in a regional language the total content of classes 1 to 10. So wherever we are mobilizing resources, we have done. So I can talk about in Maharashtra. The two districts together, they mobilize this fund. So right now, this content is being translated into Marathi in Bombay through district initiative only. So if the district take initiative, then we can find a way out. But because we, RILM, we do not have that fund now, right now, to fund any, for a state, 30-40 lakhs. But if your district together, if you try to mobilize at least some fund for translation, because see, you don't need to totally change the video. More you need to work on the audio, the voiceover and the language that is written there, the instructions and everything. So it's not very expensive. It varies from places to place. So if district wants, we can help them to do this, but we do not right now have fund for a regional language translation.
This is the last question that we'll take. Good morning, madam. My question is, you have told that we have to enroll for that partnership for
one check. No, in the Rotary Teach website, of course, in our master.
We cannot see the current picture.
You cannot, because we have not taken as many children in the program. Once children are taken in the program, then only I'll be able to tag you, right? I have to have 10,000 children in my program to tag 10,000 donations. So right now I have 7,600 children in the program. So from donors who have given us funding just prior COVID, so 2019 and 2020 is now has been tagged with these children. So next phase we are taking another 7,000. So then we will tag donors of 2020 to 2021, 2022. But we will be only tagging donors up to 2022 December. We will not do any more tagging from this year, January 23. So if you have given prior to January 23, you will be able to get your details of the child.
The next Rotary year, it is started from July. So, at the very beginning of this Rotary year, the coming Rotary year, we can see our...
I hope so. I don't know when you have given your donations. If I know the details of the donation, I'll be able to tell you. But you will definitely receive an email. As soon as you will be tagged with a child, you will receive a email. So you'll get to know. Then you can go to the link and see the detail of the child.
Knowing all these things, who is the contact person from RILM? Who is the contact person?
So you can call RILM office, or you can email in any of the email ID that is there in the website. We have given details of all email ID. So since it's Asha Kiran is under child development, you can email to childdevelopment and rotaryteach.org. So the person in charge of this program will get back to you. Give your phone number, you will call and you will find out. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope I could do justice to the literacy seminar. I think I overshot my time. Thank you so much for having me.
Let me take this opportunity to express our gratitude. We couldn't find a better speaker. I'm very sure the way she has educated us on this subject, with in-depth knowledge on this subject, we couldn't find any better speaker. We indeed are grateful. Thank you, Jilam. Thank you. Now I would request Colonel Subrata Chakraborty, Rotarian Colonel Subrata Chakraborty, kindly come on the stage and felicitate the speaker.
এদিকে দেখে
May I now request Assembly Chair Shivli Mukherjee to kindly present the memento. Thank you. It's not a mere coincidence. Let me tell you, a lot of thought has gone into this in selecting this particular memento, and all the credit goes
to organize this. Actually, Rotary is carrying forward this project and program, whatever it be, for last 6 years, 7 years. Basic words of learning. We all know the famous 4 Bengali words of Sri Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Jotodin Bachi, Totodin Shiki. That means learn till we live. Influence. Students from failure and find opportunity, learn constantly and succeed in unpredictable times. Purpose.
Region. And for both together we are going to submit to our DG the goals within this month itself, so that he can in turn submit to RI. So request all of you to please submit your goals as soon as you can, in Bengal region definitely by today. Thank you.
So, good morning all of you, and this is e-learning. Next slide. So this is the things you have come across by the presentation given by Jhilam Raichaudhuri, Rotarian, and it need not be discussed perhaps more. So let me go back to the next slide. So this is the performance. This is the most highlighted area of whatever I have gone through the RILM websites and whatever the idea I do have. See, this is the 40 districts we are having in RI districts in India. And this is the performance of different verticals under teach. You can go for teacher support 18640 for the RID, and share of, as because this district is 3291 in West Bengal, as well as the rest of the things and the other northeastern states under 3240. So as the separated data for each RI district was not available in the RILN portal, I had to go for the clubbing of 3291 and 3240. Still then, see the pictures. Our performance, if the goal to be achieved in 2020-27, so where we stand really? In terms of the number 641 against 1.80 lakhs, 5071 against 30,000, 794 against 27,000, 8,000 against 88,000, 30,000 against 44,000, little bit better, and 138 against 3,100, and 265 against 3,139. And they see the percentage share, 0.35%. Even judiciously, if you divide this 0.35% by 2, as because they are below, this is the 3291 and 3240. So our performance goes to the teacher support in 0.17% since RILM taken up teach. So my dear friends, this is the issue to be addressed. Be it T, be it E, be it A, be it C, be it H. We have to address this issue if 2020-27 is supposed to be a better picture. Next. So what are the recognition? This is the paradox event. Jhilam also mentioned that one. I happen to be the past president of my club. That time I tried for going for 5 clubs at least. You see, school. This is for the e-learning. So that was the NBA case. If you go for the 5 school, 5 teachers conferred the award of NBA, you will be getting the star, right? As president, I had that kind of orientation to fetch a star for my club, not to do a holistic change in the matrix of the education and literacy. Again, my literacy chair was supposed to go to the clubs, I mean the schools, for the NBA selection. Never thought of this school can be converted as a happy school.
This school can be taken up as an e-learning center. This school can be a part of the Diksha for the adult literacy. We haven't done that way, in consolidated way. I have checked up with this thing with Jhilam last evening, and she said, yes, you can go for that one. If the school is fit for NBA, okay, go for NBA. If the school is fit for teacher trainings, and teacher training in West Bengal, all we know is a real problem. All the teachers inducted into the school system, they are trained themselves. I mean, having the training of B.Ed, BT, etc., etc. They say they don't need that kind of training. So we are lagging that one. But at that time, we are getting the opportunity of COVID effect. All the teachers had to convert into the online mode. And in e-learning even, you have the portion of the training. So why don't you tag up this e-learning training with the teacher's training? So you can have the holistic output coming out of your effort in teach. Right? So these are the, as we know, for the consumption of the new CLCC and the incoming presidents, these are your club's attainment to be. If you are going to install the hardware and software and whatever the status you would be reaching, accordingly your club would be given the star, superstar, mega star, supreme star, and sovereign star. Frankly speaking, Rotary or Rotarian really running behind this star, keeping aside the objective, the vision, the mission of RILM and the Rotary as a whole. Next. If you are going to, even RILM is working for quite a few years, right? For that matter, maybe the software is not up to the level or updated for the present use. You can go for even the software upgradation. Again, you can fetch some of the points and your clubs can be given some of the stars. These are sometimes. Right? Next. So these are the responsibilities of district and club functions. I am not supposed to discuss or not supposed to spell out everything in detail. You can have a look into it. How much of responsibility rested on the district as well as DLCC, as well as CLCC, as well as the presidency? How much of it? Lastly, if there is anyone at least who has assessed the impact of any kind of teach activity conducted by their club. Is there anybody? So what is the impact? Be it teachers training. Even if the NBO, you have given a teacher an NBO, has there any kind of change taken place in his or her behavior as she is as an NBO holder? If there is e-learning center, is there any attempt to assess the impact? Have you done? As president, I haven't done. As CLCC, I haven't done. So, but this course of, progression of my Rotary life, I have getting that kind of experience. I need to work hard after reaching at this district committee. I need to have a plan for that. I need to have a database for that. And another question for all the learned Rotarians. Let me know what is the performance of teach any vertical in this. Only 2 months left. हम लोग ऐड कर लेंगे. आप बोलो NBA कितना दिया है डिस्ट्रिक्ट ने 3240 ऐड कर लेंगे 2 महीना के लिए. फिर कुछ आएगा तो करो ना बच्चों. কতগুলো e-learning center হয়েছে ডেটা দিন. How come the RILM will know if district doesn't know? Where is the data? কিচ্ছু নেই. গত বছর আমি একটা ক্লাবকে কিছু দূর অবধি হ্যাপি স্কুলে যেতে পেরেছিলাম. So next president has to go on with this unfinished task of developing that school. যে এত দূর অবধি করা গেছিল, we couldn't fetch the global grant or district grant. Of our own grant, we could have done this much. So this year, we should progress to a complete happy school for that school. Was there any plan from the district? Continuation? See, this is the delinked portion. That's why you have seen all kind of miserable picture of 3240 in terms of all the verticals of teach. So we can have a better instrument for that. How can we go in all the verticals of teach? So we should have a better instrument for that. Next, issued. These are to be taken care of.
lack of initiative from Rotarians. Precisely, কাল থেকে আপনারা এই অ্যাসেম্বলি দেখছেন, আমরা সবাই রোটারিয়ান, বুকে হাত দিয়ে বলতেও পারবো রোটারি করবার জন্য আমার কি স্পিরিট ছিল এবং কতটা ইনিশিয়েটিভ আমি নিতে পেরে। That initiative for one day for attending a seminar is something, and initiative for continuing this Rotary movement or Rotary mission throughout my life is other kind of other level of initiative of a Rotarian. So where is that? Little attention given by the club to all verticals. Precisely, আপনার যদি বলো অন্য কিছু হচ্ছে তাহলে আমাকে বলুন, আমি জানবো, আমি শিখবো। Little attention. Loosely structured club literacy committee. আমি জানি এখানে অনেক ক্লাব বসে আছেন, তারা এই মুহূর্তে যদি জিজ্ঞেস করা হয় তার ক্লাব লিটারেসি চেয়ারের নাম বলতে পারবেন না, এই মুহূর্তে বলতে পারবেন না। আরে জুলাই আসুন, তারপর তো জানবো, ভুলে গেছি এত বড় কমিটি ভাবে 40 জন ছিল, 40 জনই 45টা কমিটিতে আছে, এখনই বলতে পারবেন না। লুজলি স্ট্রাকচার ক্লাব লিটারেসি ইলেক্টরা বসে আছে, সিএলসিসি তে থাকার কথা, অ্যাচিভমেন্ট পার্সেন্টেজ বলুন, আপনি বলতে পারবেন না, বিকজ একটা ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টের অভাবে ভীষণভাবে ভুগছি আমরা। দ্যাট ইজ এ ডেটাবেস, উই ডোন্ট হ্যাভ কোন রকম ডেটাবেস রাখবার কোন রকম ব্যবস্থা আমাদের রোটারির মধ্যে, ডিস্ট্রিক্টের মধ্যে রাখা হচ্ছে না। এটা যদি রাখা না হয়, প্রত্যেক বছর আমরা একটা অ্যাসেম্বলি করবো, প্রত্যেক বছর অ্যাসেম্বলি করে চলে যাবো। এবার বিইং দি প্রেসিডেন্ট, আমি যদি প্রেসিডেন্ট, আমার যদি মনে হয় আচ্ছা আচ্ছা এত রোদে বেরোবো কি বৃষ্টিতে বেরোবো কি ঠান্ডার সময় সর্দি লাগে, দেখি এই 3টে ক্লাবকে আমি এনবিএ দিয়ে অন্তত খাতাতে আমার নামটা তুলে রাখতে পারি কিনা। The kind of motivation we do have, kind of orientation we do have towards teach. কিন্তু আজকে যদি ফিলোসফি এবং মিশন আপনি দেখে থাকেন what Shilong was showing, তাহলে আপনি বুঝতে পারবেন আপনার দায়িত্ব, if you are in the literacy movement, literacy mission, রোটারি কি করতে চাইছে, তাহলে আপনার দায়িত্ব অনেক বড় বেশি। No system at district or club level for database, information generation, information processing, information retrieval, information updating, and really shooting of time perhaps. So these are the different kind of issues that let us next thing. So these are the focus area I would like to submit before the DLCC and the district as well. আমরা এই ফোকাস এরিয়াগুলোকে নিয়ে চিন্তা করতে পারি কিনা। System for data generation, updation, storing, etc. Emphasis concerned attempt to develop a school, concerted efforts to develop a school, to provide effective timely guidance to clubs, to CLCC, by the DLCC and the district and the RILM as well, to achieve higher heights in all verticals of teach. এইগুলোকে আমরা ফোকাসে রেখে যা হয়েছিল ডেটাটা পাওয়া যাবে না। লাস্ট ইয়ার কত থেকে শেষ করলাম 21-22-এ, এই ডেটাটা পাওয়া যাবে না। এবার আমি কোথায় পৌঁছাবো, এই প্রজেকশনটা না থাকলে, হাউ দ্যাট ইজ গোয়িং টু বি ডিস্ট্রিবিউটেড অ্যামং 90 ক্লাবস, কোথা থেকে আমার কিভাবে ডেটাটা আসবে, ইফ উই আর নট প্ল্যান্ড বিফোর দি জুলাই 2022, we are going to not achieving our goal in 2022-23 as well. Next. These are the different things আপনারা দেখেছেন, এগুলো আমরা ডিসকাসও করেছি। একটা ম্যাসিভ চেঞ্জ ইন আওয়ার অ্যাপ্রোচ হ্যাজ টু বি ইন্ডাক্টেড ফর দি রোটারি ক্লাবস অ্যান্ড দি রোটারিয়ানস অ্যাজ ওয়েল। নেক্সট, এবারে কাজগুলো দেখুন, কি কাজ করতে হয় আমাদের। দেখুন সিমিলারিটি দেখুন, আপনাকে স্কুল আইডেন্টিফিকেশন করতে হবে, আপনাকে টিচার আইডেন্টিফিকেশন করতে হবে, স্টুডেন্ট আইডেন্টিফিকেশন করতে হবে, ট্রেনার করতে হবে, ইম্পার্ট করতে হবে, ট্রেনিং ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার ডেভেলপ করতে হবে, অর্গানাইজেশনকে ইনভলভ করতে হবে, অ্যাডাপ্ট করতে হবে, রোটারিয়ান ইনভলভমেন্ট করতে হবে, মনিটরিং করতে হবে। নাও সি দি টাস্ক, কত সিমিলারিটি দেখুন। কোন স্কুলে একটা কাজ করতে গেলে আমি কতগুলো কাজ করে আসতে পারি দেখুন। কোন জায়গাতে একটা কাজ করতে গেলে আমি কতগুলো কাজ করে আনতে পারি। আপনি একই ডেটা তুলুন, সেই ডেটাটাই ব্যবহার করুন, সেই স্কুলটাই ব্যবহার করুন। ইউ ক্যান হ্যাভ 3-4 প্রজেক্টস and a school is going to develop holistically. Similarity of activities আপনি দেখুন, এই অ্যাক্টিভিটিগুলো দেখুন, খালি এই অ্যাক্টিভিটিগুলো আপনাকে করতেই হবে। RILM is sending, or district is sending you, DLCC is sending you the forms, school survey form, impact assessment form, how to go for the assessment of the NBA. So all forms will be coming. Where it goes? You are coming up with a name only. Jhilam Rai Chaudhary, this year NBA recipient. This way it goes. This way it goes. But that could be manifold achievement. Your one visit to a school can give you manifold achievement in your Rotary year, if you have a plan for that. Next. Very last. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Siddhartha. Now it's the time for our Subrata Shine for the adult literacy one.
Good morning, distinguished guests, incoming Rotary leaders, and fellow Rotarians. I am very much thankful to our beloved incoming Governor, Dr. Kusuna, for choosing me in the team Teach under the leadership of Parthu. You know what's Rotary done in polio eradication. Now we are very near to close polio-free world. Our next target to free from illiteracy. Our target was within 2025 we can remove illiteracy from South Asia, but unfortunately COVID closed us. And our house, last 2.5 years we are in house. Education system was totally collapsed, and the situation was very critical to lead daily life. Here with us, Madam Jilam already mentioned every particulars regarding Teach in details. So I need not want much time. I can share with you a small story about how to implement our first adult literacy center by me as a club literacy chair. One day some very known people to us of Sudpunia Katwa invite us, and they were willing to build a RCC group. With some members went there. At that time they were practicing their traditional dance group Ronpa. You know, Ronpa is a dance in Bengal part only. Actually, at that time they were living with government's 100 days job as a daily labor, and they were collecting money from bank by thumb impression. We encouraged them to decide to open our first adult center there. Within few days, 300 men and women joined with us. Within 2 months, the people were habituated to write their name and address. Then we motivate them to draw their money by signature. They tried but failed. The bank manager denied to collect money by signing. We informed our honorary member and SDO Katwa about it. He called on bank manager about it. He has done it. Not only that, he encouraged by supplying fan, light, books, copy book, pen, pencil, blackboard, chalk and duster, etc. My dear CLCC, you have to find out the place where you can implement an adult literacy center. You can contact with your local jail super also. And just now it is called correctional home. আমরা সেখানেও গিয়েছিলাম, জেলে যে কয়েদিরা ছিল তাদের মধ্যে অনেকেই ছিল ইলিটারেট, এবং আমরা সেখানে গিয়ে যারা লিটারেট কয়েদি তাদেরকে এনকারেজ করেছিলাম যে আপনারা এগিয়ে আসুন, আপনারা যারা লেখাপড়া জানেন না তাদেরকে অন্তত কিছু শেখান। আমরা তাদের মোটিভেট করেছিলাম ব্ল্যাকবোর্ড, বই, খাতা, পেন, এবং সেখানে তাদেরকে এনকারেজ করার জন্য আমরা ক্যারাম বোর্ড এবং হারমোনিয়াম, তবলা এসবও দিয়েছিলাম। এবং আমাদের সঙ্গে তাদের একটা কম্পিটিশন হতো, ক্যারামের কম্পিটিশন। কালী পুজোর রাত্রে আমরা তাদেরকে বলতাম যে ঠিক আছে, কম্পিটিশনে যারা জিতবে ক্যারাম প্রতিযোগিতায় তাদেরকে মুরগির মাংস খাওয়ানো হবে, যারা জিতবে তাদেরকে খাওয়ানো হবে। আমরা ইচ্ছা করে হারতাম, রোটারি তরফ থেকে আমরা ইচ্ছা করে হারতাম। There are SC and ST areas in minority who are working daily labors. In Breakfield, small scale industries, tea gardens areas, you can find at a literacy center. RLM Adult Literacy Center seeks to impact functional literacy to non-literate adults above 15 years. Impart skill development training to illiterate. Who is literate adult? One who read aloud speed of 30 words per minute. Read and understand both science, postcards and newspapers, understand a coffee 7 words per minute, take direction at the speed of 7 words per minute, read and write numbers from 1 to 100, perform simple calculation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Already mentioned Hilambi, Vidya, Shikha, Dikha, I will not repeat it. Roles and responsibility of a Rotarian on program promoter. Program promoter to take a orientation of the program from the training partner. Identification already said, and counseling the beneficiary to enroll the program, creating awareness of the program to local areas for the funding support. Our dynamic literacy chair, Parthodar, if possible, please request our district governor to give some small amount for the clubs who are willing to work with literacy movement. Last few years back, some clubs were benefited by the district managed global grant. PDG or Itendo also informed us and helped us by the global grant project with e-learning modules. Clubs must be benefited, districts spread their hands in literacy movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Rotary Subrata Sen. Now I am asking our DLCC, Rotary Partho, to wrap up and proceed further.
Thank you very much, and we really overshot time. We started late. My apologies for the part that we prolonged the event. Thank you very much for attending. You have attended in large numbers. It's more or less full. We just like to say that whatever data was there of the past, whatever happened in the past, today as we stand, it's a new beginning, and from here we will take off. With these words, I would like to invite our DG-elect, Rotarian Dr. Kushanawa Pavida, to speak a few words, address the gathering for us, and conclude the event for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DLCC Partho. Thank you, RILM Project Director Jilam. And thanks to all the resource persons who gave us a wonderful knowledge of what it can be and what it is today, RILM in 3240. I don't want to elaborate it once more, but I would like to remind you of three things. Strategic planning, which has come up, the word strategic planning, I think Professor Dev had mentioned that once I start a project, I cannot finish it within time, and it should be mandatory for the next president to continue it and finish it for Rotary. Because Rotary has already expended some amount of labor, mental thought and money. So this is one point I would like to stress upon. Secondly, I would like to see that the approach to teach should be wholesome. As you find that you cannot go with a single vertical in a school. So it should be multi-vertical, or whatever the things possible there, we should adopt that. And lastly, what I say, it is for the Rotary in general. Rotary in general now says that we should have a plan of action. What is this plan of action? Increase our impact. Increase our impact, not only that, but it should be a measurable impact. We should bring out quantums, as Dr. Dev had mentioned, that we should be able to measure our jobs and targets, how much we have reached. So from that we can assess what changes we can do. If we need to change, we should change. And really at the end of the year, we can assess that really Rotary has moved on. And this should be projected. I'm very sorry that most of the projects in Rotary are not being projected. You must admit that after Polio Plus, RILM is one of the strongest movement making India totally literate by 2027 is a big issue. And if we can reach it, it will be another standard. And Rotary will be hailed for that, that they have done something. So please, my friends, my leaders, my members, please see that this project stands out to be an extraordinary program which has its potential to that. And thank you for your kind listening and attending this program. I'll say thank you to everybody for today.
State wise distribution achievement of different particles. Can it be district wise?
That
achievement district wise data 3240 কি করেছে এই ডেটাটা
I missed one point in my talk is that whatever project you are doing in any of the focus areas, Rotary focus areas, please go to rotaryindia.org and upload your project. Once you upload your project, you get to know all the projects your districts have done in any of the verticals, including teach. So kindly go to rotaryindia.org and each club, any Rotarian, any club can upload project there. So in that case, you will get all data related to your districts and club-wise data.
যেটা উনি বললেন সেটা কি আমরা অ্যাড্রেস করতে চাইছিলাম যে RILM এর মতো এতটা প্রজেক্টের কি পোলিওর পরে কিছু আসেনি আপনার যদি ওই পোর্টালে থাকে ওখান থেকে নিচ্ছেন আপনারা ওই পোর্টালে রাখলে অসুবিধা হয়
There are a lot of questions and we can continue them offline. We can continue them tomorrow, day after, and we can come to. We are starting on 1st July, right? So we'll be prepared for 1st July. Thank you once again. Thank you very much for coming, and we hereby conclude this seminar. And that's it. Thank you. See you very soon.
Thank you, Rotary Patho and his team. It was indeed a great learning for all of us. I would like to felicitate the team. May I now request Rotarian Vandana Ghosh to kindly felicitate Rotarian Patho Fugal. May I now request Rotarian Professor Siddhartha Devmukhopadhyay to kindly come onto the stage for the felicitation. I would request Rotarian Dr. Pratima to kindly felicitate him. May I now request Rotarian Subrata Sai to kindly come onto the stage for the felicitation. May I request Rotarian Vandana Ghosh to kindly felicitate him. With this, we we come to the end of this literacy seminar. We really express our gratitude to the entire team for sharing their knowledge and educating us. Thank you. Improve your Rotary knowledge. We have some eminent speakers on this particular subject to speak on. First we have Rotarian Abhishek Jitani. And next we have Rotarian Chandicharan Mandal. So I would request Rotarian Abhishek to kindly take on the stage. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful breakfast, and after the wonderful seminar for the literacy level 2 seminar, I hope I will be able to do justice with my presentation. My presentation is completely technical, and in today's world, a Rotary club needs to follow this thing very seriously, and that is none other than the Rotary website www.rotary.org. Your every club detail has to be uploaded here, or else there is nothing. Everything is done through this portal www.rotary.org. It is very, very, very important. So please kindly pay attention, and since we are running very short time, I will move very fast with the slides. If you have any question, please raise your hand. I will stop there and we will discuss that, and then we will move forward. We will not wait for the question and answers at the last. Okay? So next please. Now, why is Rotary.org very important? It is important basically, first thing, it centralizes information. The information of a Rotary club is completely there right from the day it was chartered till date. It is completely totally there. So it centralizes all the information. Idhar udhar gira hua nahi hai information, it's totally in one place. Supports continuity in leadership. For example, President 22-23, whoever are going to take up as the president for the club next year, he can go to the My Rotary website and can see what his past presidents have done through that particular website, because the information and the data are centralized there, and he can plan his goals accordingly. Is available to every Rotarian. Every single Rotarian of a club can have a My Rotary account and access the data from Rotary.org. It showcases the important work that Rotary clubs do worldwide. We can see the different projects that the different Rotary clubs in the entire globe are doing, so that we get ideas for good service projects for our community.
Go to your mail, the OTP will go.
Okay. Okay.
And then you can.
Now, thank you, Shilini. You are partially correct. You are partially correct. Now, which mail ID do we need to give? This is a very big question mark, because what happens is
The mail ID which we have given there is at the time of our
Exactly. What the problem happens is, suppose I became a Rotarian 10 years ago. That time maybe I had some other mail ID. For example, say I had bachelorravi2000@yahoo.com. At that time, when I got inducted in Rotary, I gave the email ID to the secretary with which he inducted my name in the Rotary portal. Now today I am using a mail ID rtnabhishekjitani@gmail.com, and I have made my Rotary org ID with rtnabhishekjitani@gmail.com. But Rotary International doesn't know that this is the Abhishek who have joined Rotary Club of Guwahati City 10 years back. So I don't get any access data, I just have a guest ID with me. I am not a member of a Rotary Club or Rotary.org. So always remember that the mail ID which you gave to your president or secretary when you were inducted in the club, that mail ID will only work and can get connect you to Rotary.org. Next.
What's the solution if the wrong mail ID is
In case suppose say earlier you had a different mail ID, now you have a different mail ID. There are only two solutions to it. First, your sitting president and secretary can first edit your mail ID there, and then you can create a My Rotary account, or else please send a mail to data@rotary.org. It takes 72 hours except Saturdays and Sundays, and your problem will be solved. There are only two options. Now this is the Rotary website. Next. You have to click on My Rotary there. You can see the red square box. You have to click on My Rotary there. You will get an option, register or sign in. Whether you want to create a new account or you already have an account, these are the options available. Below also is there, it's slightly bigger, and upper on the extreme right hand side you will get an option. Suppose for example, you already have an account, you just need to click on sign into My Rotary, and if you don't have an account, you need to go to register for an account. Now suppose we don't have an account. Next. You will get this form, your first name, your last name, your email address, the email address we were talking about, that particular email address. Are you 18 years old or not? Yes, and continue. Next. Immediately, you will get an verification email in your email ID, the email ID you gave. You need to click on activate my account. You can see that account is a hyperlink. You have to click on that. Next. Then you will be asked to create your password. Password will be at least 8 characters. There should be 1 lowercase and 1 number. And it should not include any part of your email address. Rotary is very strict with all these things. So we have to check this. We have to give the passwords. We have to give a security question. In case we forget the password in future, to reset our password we will be requiring this question, or else we again have to upload data@rotary.org. Next. Your account is created. Then from here, by giving the email ID and the password, you can sign into your My Rotary account. Next. There are total 8 options you can see in the Rotary website after you log in. First is the home. Under the home options, you have 2 different criteria. One is clubs and one is district. Now, in the district, only it is accessible for the district members who are reported into RI to download the district reports and etc. Any member of a club can go to the clubs and get data related to the club. Next. Exchange ideas. We have discussion groups there. Events, different events that Rotary International is having, like details of the convention. That yesterday PDG Ashok Agarwal was talking about different fairs and all, project fair and all. You can get all those details there. Club connections, you can connect to other Rotary clubs, etc. Those can be done through here. Next. Take action. How do we give to Rotary Foundation? Details regarding polio, different ways, ideas, how to raise for Rotary. We can develop our projects here. There is Rotary showcase and etc. Apply for grants. We can go to the grant center. And these are the different options. Next. Learning and reference. It is very important. There you can see one thing you can see they mentioned is learning center. I would request all the presidents, secretaries or the club officers to please go to the learning center. You have very small, very interactive courses designed by Rotary International. 40 minutes courses, 45 minutes courses with real-time case studies. Real-time case studies. Just try and sit on computer. It's completely free of cost. It hardly takes 40 minutes, 45 minutes. You can complete those courses. And a very beautifully designed certificate you will get from Rotary International. Try out that, and also request all the members of your club to do some of the other courses. There is lot of courses are there. For president there is, secretary there is, club administration chair, even for assistant governor there are courses. Many different courses are there. So try out that. It's very nice and very interactively it's made. You will feel like the actual problem and the case studies of your own club, the way it is made. Next. Manage. The most important part. Manage is the most important part. Here we get all our club details, the reports, we go to the Rotary Club Central, all through this option. This is the most important. I will come into details a bit later. Rotary Foundation, the details related to Rotary Foundation are under this tab. News and media, we generally, we search for, RI President का message चाहिए था, RI Rotary Foundation Trustee Chair का message चाहिए था, RI Directors कौन है, Rotary International का जो magazine है वो कहाँ है, all everything is inside this. And at the very last you will see brand center. Brand center there is a very important thing, sir. I think we are talking about public image all the time, but unfortunately, very few clubs in our district are even using the proper Rotary logo. We still are using that old wheel. We still are, many clubs I have seen are still using the old, only the Rotary wheel. Rotary logo have changed. We can design our own Rotary logo going to the branch center. We can make our own letterheads. We can make our visiting cards there. We can make our club bulletins there and download it in a PDF format or a Word format as we want. So kindly use branch center for your club promotion materials.
From where we can get these messages? From where we can
News and media. News and media. Next. Next. Now, many clubs have a problem that when the invoice is generated by Rotary International, they generally call up the district governor or the assistant governor. हम लोग को invoice नहीं मिला, payment करना था. जब last date आता है, they are just looking for invoice कि कहाँ है. You don't have to call anyone. It's already there with you. Go to manage club administration. Next. Under club administration, these are the important things that we need to see. We have few options out there. Under club finances, we find our club invoice. Under club and member data, we have the option to add, remove or edit a member's detail. We can add, edit, remove club officers and also our meeting informations we can add, edit. Now, the next. See, this is the page you will see. When this is the page you will see. Now, in order to download your club invoice, you can just click on the club invoice and the Rotary International club invoice will be right in front of you. You take a printout, bank account details, everything are there, make the payment, jhamela khatam. Under club and member data, you can see add, edit or remove members. Here, we can add new members, we can remove new members. Like we were talking about the email ID conflict. How can we edit? We have to go to this option to edit the existing detail of any particular member, maybe his address, maybe his phone number, maybe his email address, whatsoever, those can be edited from there. Now, add, edit or remove members. RI has given a guideline that if we add a new member or terminate a new member, that particular data has to be uploaded on the RI website within 30 days of the actual date of the induction or the termination has taken place. For example, I am inducted to Rotary Club of Durgapur Smart City on 10th of April. My data should be uploaded in the website latest by 9th of May, 30 days only. Because after, if suppose by 9th of May it is not done, not an issue. On 10th of May also my data can be uploaded. But on 10th of May, my actual date of induction cannot be added to the website. That day, my date of induction has to be then 11th April. It cannot be 10th April. Within 30 days, we have to do this. Either the termination part or the addition part. Coming to the add, edit, remove club officers. How many of the incoming presidents are sitting here or the club secretaries? Can you raise your hand? Incoming club president or secretaries? Okay. Now, have your data been added to the Rotary website? Does Rotary International know that you are the president-elect? Because your name has to be updated in this website by the sitting president or secretary. Then only Rotary International will know that you are the president. This access, there are access given to the president and secretaries to add, edit, remove all the things, which access automatically changes on 30th June midnight. Automatically it will change. In case it is not done, the access will remain with the current president only. And then on 1st of July, if you want to do something, you won't be able to do. Then it is a huge process. You have to write to the district governor will write it to RI, then RI will change. फिर problem बहुत है उसमें. So please, if in case in your club it is not done, please approach your current president or secretary, ask them to upload the data immediately. This is very important.
Or any assigned.
No, I am coming to that also right now. Next. Now see, these are the 8 different posts who can add, edit, remove data in a Rotary website. The president, the secretary, membership committee chairman, the Rotary Foundation chairman, the club treasurer, And recently, from the last year, from the current Rotary year, these two new has been added by Rotary International who are getting the access. One is the chairman of the service projects, and one is the chairman of the public image committee. Executive secretary is an optional. If you want, if your club has an executive secretary, you can appoint one in Rotary.org and he can have access to all the details. But upper 7, kindly go back to your own club, ask your president or current president or the secretary, that is 21, 22, and upload these 7 names in the Rotary website. This is very important. Because later on it's a very difficult process and lot of clubs send their request to Rotary International to change, and it takes a lot of time. This year we suffered a lot because of this problem. So please see to that your name has been uploaded. At least the name of the president, so at least one person in the club has access. Now there are different reports that we need. There are different kind of reports that we need generally. So for that, manage club administration reports. Next. Under the reports, generally what happens is, I want to contribute to the foundation. District governor is coming on the official visit, but I don't know मैंने पहले कितना दिया था. Suppose मैं 5 साल पहले $200 से दिया हुआ है. वो याद नहीं दिया होगा कितना दिया था याद नहीं है. Now I have to give 800 more to become a PHF. I think yes, this time I will become a PHF when DG will come. So I will give 800 more. लेकिन मुझे याद ही नहीं है $200 मैंने कब दिया था और 200 दिया था कि नहीं दिया था. What happened? I call up the president, I call up the AG, I call up the DG. सर क्या दिया था मैंने? ये डेटा कोई भी एक्सेस नहीं कर सकता except the district governor. Only the district governor in the entire Rotary world and you know what actually amount you have contributed. Rotary is very strict with the donation thing. No one gets this data except the district governor and the person who has donated. So you just go to your donor history report and you get the complete details there. कितने तारीख को आपने कितना पैसा दिया था? Suppose आपने $500 दिया, 500 matching हुआ. Even you know 500 matching भी आपके किसने matching करके दिया? Whether it was Rajesh Birla or whether it was Sapan Chaudhary, whoever. You will know whose 500 points were even matched to your account and on what date you have given, with what check number you have given the amount. Every detail is there. Membership, active and terminated members. You can download the list of the members, even those who are active members and those members who has already left the club. Many times it happen. Suppose I was a member of Rotary Club of Durgapur Smart City. Due to some of my personal reason, I had to leave the club. Then after 5-6 years, I again thought of joining the club. That time, if my induction will be done in a completely new, with a new ID, all my TRF recognition or my previous whatever achievements were there, it all will vanish. So I would like to continue with my same Rotary ID so that my TRF recognition and all can be continued. So for that, you can go to the terminated members list and you can check my ID. Yes, Abhishek ka ye ID tha, we can induct him there. So my everything, it continued with my new membership also. My Rotary account status, another very important thing, an important criteria for Rotary citation. Please make sure that 100% members of your club have an my Rotary account. ये आपको इसके लिए अभी से लगना पड़ेगा. This is a very tough process. लोग करते नहीं हैं, but you have to motivate somehow. The president has to come up with some ideas to do it. Contribution and recognition, that is the club giving to TRF. Whenever the DG comes for his official visit, he will ask you for a report. कि क्लब का TRF का दिखाओ क्या है. ना AG को फोन करना है ना किसी को फोन करना है. Club president go to the website, download that report. Awards, Rotary International President Citation, very important award for any Rotary club to be awarded by Rotary International President. Just there is a dashboard given. You can see where is your club lacking or whether it has already achieved. There are two important criteria to achieve the Rotary International President Citation. That is the payment of the Rotary International semi-annual dues. The first Rotary International semi-annual dues needs to be need to be paid within 60 days from the date of the invoice. That is, invoice will be raised on 1st of July and 1st of January. The payment has to be done within 60 days. If that 60 days is crossed, your chances of citation is gone. Your chances of citation. Till this year, we are very lucky due to the COVID thing. due to the COVID thing, Rotary International has been kind enough to grace some extra period. Rather, they have not kept this point applicable. But seeing the since the COVID scenario is improving, I have my doubts if Rotary will continue with this relaxation. So please be sure. First को आप जाओ website में अपना invoice check करो, make the payment within 60 days to achieve the Rotary. This is the compulsory point to achieve the Rotary International citation. These are the reports which I was just showing about. Next. Here you can download the club recognition summary, the TRF report which you need to show to the DG when he comes for his official visit. Next. Now, Rotary Club Central, where you set your club goals. Very important thing again. You go to club administration, go to Rotary Club Central. Next. Next. See, here you see there are 6 different trends which by default the Rotary Club Central shows. One is the membership trend. Since the time of your club charter, you can see for 5 years. For 5 years you can see कौन से साल पे कितने members थे हमारे club में. Similarly, it's for the gender trends, like how many male female क्या ratio चल रहा था club में. Is with the age trend, is the project, how much money we have spent on different projects. Volunteers, how many volunteers were there in different projects. And annual fund trends, year by year for the last 5 years हम लोगों ने कितना कितना every year donate किया है towards the Rotary Foundation, either is the annual fund or the polio. Now, most important, goal center. This, if your name has been updated in the Rotary website, you can do it now also. After returning back to your club, discuss with your members, and you can upload your club goals now also. Goals, you have to go to the goal center and you get this thing. Now see, here it is written 2021-22. There is an arrow mark. What you need to do is you have to click on the arrow right side. The year will change to 2022-23, and then you will have the access to edit the goals. The goals also are under 5 different categories. First is members and engagement, second is Rotary Foundation, third is service projects, fourth is young leaders, and fifth is public image. Under members and engagement, these are the different goals which you need to upload. All numbers are there, all numbers. Club membership, how many members you will induct, how many members participate in service parties, all are numbers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Depends on, you go through it, all the goals are there. Next. Here you can see, you can update your goals here. Next. Next. Under Rotary Foundation, annual fund contribution, how much your club will be contributing to the annual fund, how much your club will be contributing to the polio fund, major gift if there are any, request society members, benefactors. These are the foundation goals which we need to upload. In this way, we can upload it. And nowadays, even this website gives you the option of changing the currency also. Your goals can be uploaded in Indian rupees also. No need to update in the USD. Suppose you want to give 1 lakh rupees, that can be changed and you can write here 1 lakh. You see, here comes the option. Next. Next. Young leaders. How many Rotary clubs your club will sponsor, Interact club, whether you have inbound youth exchange students, outbound youth exchange students, how many RILA participants will your club sponsor? Next. Next. Public image, whether your club has a strategic planning or not, it will be yes, no, only yes, no. Online presence, whether your club has an online presence like you have a website or a social media page or something, yes, no. Social activities, how many social activities does your club have outside the club meeting in the entire year? You have to give a number out there. How many times you update your website or social media? Media stories, paper में हम लोग का club का project से कितना बार आते हैं? And lastly, use of official Rotary promotional materials. I was talking about the branch center, whether we use that or not. Again, it's a yes no option. Next. Like this, yes no. Only yes no option is there. Next. Next. This is the service project. Service project is one parameter in these goals which automatically does not change. Suppose you have given a target that your club will you have given a goal that your club will have 5 different service projects every year. Now, how will Rotary know that you have actually done those 5 service projects? What you have to do is, first, in Rotary Showcase, you have to upload those projects. That these are the 5 service projects we have done. And then in Rotary Club Central, you can see there is an option, import from Rotary Showcase. You need to import, just click on import, and automatically the list of those 5 service projects will come which you have uploaded in Rotary Showcase. And you have to import it there. Then only Rotary will know that yes, you have done those 5 service projects. Now here, in order to achieve the RI President citation, there are total 25 goals. You have to achieve 13 out of the 25 goals. Other than the 2 mandatory. The 2 mandatory, that is the payment of the dues. That is the mandatory goal, that is separate. Other than this, other than those 2 goals, minimum 13 goals has to be achieved in order to achieve the RI President citation. And those goals are very simple and very achievable goals, because RI does not say कि आप $10 lakh का गोल रखो फाउंडेशन में. अगर आप 1000 का भी रख रहे हो, make sure कि आप $1000 कंट्रीब्यूट करो. It's not that कि कोई upper hand कुछ नहीं है. That completely depends on you. So it is very achievable, and I am sure if we try a little bit in 2022 and 23, our district can be 100% achievers of RI President citation. And I am sure with the will of you all, we can do it. Now this was about Rotary.org. This is, we are reporting to. This was related to Rotary.org. Now coming to the district, how does district know your activities? How? Any idea? Yes, someone said something? CMR. Club monthly report. Our district is one of the districts, I think one of the very few districts in India who have a very beautifully made and designed CMR system, the club monthly reporting system. It is completely online. Very beautifully designed system. So I will just go through certain slides. Any questions you have, please stop me immediately. I shall try to answer the question, and then we will move ahead. So for the club monthly reporting, that is the CMR, your rewards and recognition or the awards, whatever we say, are totally dependent on the club monthly reporting. So without any fail, you need to make sure that every month club monthly reporting is submitted. Now, for the CMR, for example, your term will start from July. For the month of July, the CMR will be submitted in the month of August. This particular portal remains open only from 1st of August till 10th of August. You have a 10-day window to submit the report. On the 10th day, midnight 12, this reporting portal is closed. After that, it's completely on the DG and the award committee chairman to decide whether they would accept your CMR through mail or not. But we will be following this process. Now, in order to go for the CMR, we need to go to our district website, that is www.rid3240.org. You will find an option up there, reporting, in the bracket it's written CMR. You need to click on that. This is the option, reporting CMR, you need to click on that. You will be asked for a username and password. Now, where will you get it from? Where will you get it from?
From assistant governor or
This username and password, we have a system generator who is running the entire website, who is looking after the server of the website. He will provide you the username and password maybe in the mid-month of July, or maybe by the end of July, to all the assistant governors, and the assistant governors will share it with the presidents. President or the secretaries, the assistant governor will share. It will be a completely very secretive thing. Please keep it to yourself, because CMR can only be submitted once only. 2 बार submit नहीं कर सकते हो आप CMR को. Once you give your username and this thing and password, you log in. Next. You will get 2 options. One is submit your CMR report, and the other is upload projects. Before submitting the CMR, whatever projects we have done, first we have to upload that project. First we have to upload that project. So we click on upload project. When we upload the project, this kind of form will come up. Here you see, first of all you have to upload a cover page of the project. For example, now this district training assembly is going on. It is an activity of Rotary Club of Durgapur Smart City. This is a project of Rotary Club of Durgapur. Just I am giving an example. Now what they will do is in the upload cover, they can give this particular branding with the name and everything. It is the cover photo of the. Now project title. And remember, if you can see those red dot marks, those are the mandatory field which you have to fill in. Red dot marks are given, aesthetic marks are given, you have to fill in those fields. Project title, maybe Anudhaban District Training Assembly, that is the project title they get. Now, whatever project title you give, copy that project title and please keep it in a note file or maybe a word file, just the name of the project title. Whatever project, A, B, C, D, suppose that is the project title. Copy that particular project title and keep it in a word file, just for few minutes till the time you submit. Then your club name, there is a drop down box. You click on the arrow, you will get the list of all the clubs of Rotary International District 3240. Select your club name. Maybe say for example Rotary Club of Darjeeling you selected. Then project overview. What was that project all about? A bit details. Next. Here under project description, you give the details of the project. Project location, Hotel City Recidenci, Durgapur, West Bengal. That's it. What was the date of the project when it started? It started on 9th of April. When it finished on 10th of April. Next. What was the category of the project? Here you can see different options are given like community, fundraiser, internet. What was the category of the project? Then again subcategory what it was, any of the areas of focus. Then funding part, how was it funded? Whether it was a club fund, whether 3240 foundation we have taken any grant or district grant or Rotary grant, how did the fund come? Next. Other fund if any, suppose other than this if something else is there, maybe some Rotarian has donated or anything, you can mention it in the other fund. Now, Rotarians involved. How many Rotarians were there? Now suppose if Durgapur Smart City has done, suppose there are 50 members, 45 are attending. They will just write down 45 out there. 45. Interactors or inner members, if they were involved, you can write down the numbers. Man hours. Man hours will be the duration of the project in hours multiplied to the number of the Rotarians who were present. For example, 5 Rotarians were present in a service project which went for 2 hours. That means the duration is 10 hours. The duration, man hours will be 10. Total in kind if there is any donation. Suppose now we are organizing a food donation camp. We have organized a food donation camp. Suppose Sapanda from our club, he says that I will give you 5 kgs of rice for that program. PDG Ashok Agarwal says he will give maybe 5 kgs of oil. PDG Arijit Endo said he will give 5 kgs of onion. So we need to mention that. And just an approximate value of that contribution, maybe suppose the approximately value comes to 5,000 rupees contribution each, then 15,000 rupees for 3 different items. Next. And then we can upload 2 different photos, 2 photos for that project. Just click on the select image, you will get the window, you can select the photo. Remember, the size of the photo should not exceed more than 2 MB. Size of the photo should not exceed more than 2 MB. You can upload 2 photos and that has to be in JPEG format. JPEG. Whatever even photos we click from mobile, that is directly JPEG format only. Just please check the size, it should not be more than 2 MB photos. And then we submit. Automatically your project is uploaded. Next. Now, once you submit, you will come to this page again. Again back to this page. Now suppose this is the CMR portal. For the month of I need to select, it's a drop down box. January till December it's mentioned there. I select the month. Reporter's email ID. Why it is important is that whatever email ID you give, a copy of the report that you have submitted will be, acknowledgement will be sent to that particular email ID. Next. Club name, you select the name of your club. You select your zone. Next year I think there will be 16 zones, sir, if I am not wrong. There will be zone 1 to 16 will be there. You select your zone. Bulletin. You can upload your club bulletins here. No need to mail it separately. Just click on it. It has to be a PDF file, maximum size 10 MB. Maximum size 10 MB. It has to be a PDF file. Upload your bulletin here.
Maximum size for one file or total?
Total bulletin, sir. Maximum size for the total bulletin should be not more than 10 MB. And it should be in a PDF format. Just upload here and click next. Now, under club service, there are 5 different categories divided here. Under club service, how many members did our club had just at the start of the reporting month? Suppose when you all will report for the month of July, on 1st July, how many members we had? Maybe say 25 members. You write here 25. Total members at the end of the reporting month, or 31st July, how many members were there? Maybe say you have added 5. So it will be 30, or maybe say 5 members have left, so it will be 20. Did your club host any district or zonal event? You have to mention there. Any members of your club who attended any district event during that in that particular month, that has to be mentioned there. Whether your club has sponsored a new Rotary club or an RCC, that has to be there. Contribution to 3240 foundation. Contribution to 3240 foundation, what was the contribution in that month? So these are the options given here. Next please. You have to just go on filling this point and next. Now, if you remember, I asked you to copy the name of the title of the project and keep it somewhere else. This is where it comes. Here, how many projects your club uploaded? I just uploaded one project, so I will give 1. And below, I will just copy and paste the title which I have saved there. I have saved there Anudhaban District Training Assembly. I will just paste it here. What happens is, once you paste it here, it will automatically get linked to the project which you have uploaded. This is the way this website is made, so it becomes very easy for the person to evaluate at the end of the month. And our website showcases each and every project. You visit RID 3240, you can see the projects done in our district for last 2 years. All the projects are still showcasing there. More than 2,000, 3,000 projects. Next. Similarly, this is for the vocational service. Next. Next. This for the international services, like how much for the TRF we have contributed, etc. Next. Next. Youth service, if we have sponsored any Rotary club, intra club. Next. Now, finally, before submitting, please recheck it once again whether you have selected the correct assistant governor name or not. You all know who will be your respective assistant governor. There will be a drop-down box. That will be name of 16 assistant governors. Select the correct assistant governor. वरना प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है? आपका मेल, आप सपोज जोन 2 में आपका मेल जाता है जोन 11 के एजी के पास में. फिर वो सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर से वापस उसको रिबूट करा के उनको भिजवाना पड़ता है. And then just click on submit. Next. You have successfully submitted on your CMR. Finish. Your work is done for that particular one. So it's a very simple thing. Still, we are always available there. In case you find any kind of technical difficulties, we shall try our best to solve the issue. Thank you so much.
Opportunity to express my gratitude as a new Rotarian to Abhishek for sharing his in-depth knowledge on this subject, for educating us, which have truly empowered us, which we were not a few minutes back. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you once again.
Some lifestyle changes. So the first one is develop a 3 to 5 years plan. I will advise to have a 3 years plan for every club, so that you can run smoothly. Continuity of your projects. Second one, we do our health checkup once in a month or twice in 3 months. So check your club health. What is the weaknesses and what is the strengths? that is very important. Identify your club's signature project. Every club has a signature project. So identify that signature project and continue with that one. Use the strategic planning guide. As we know, what is our strategic planning guide? Increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participation, engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. Hold the club meetings to engage the members. Most of the times we have a meeting, the member says it's a boring meeting. So plan on that one. How you can engage your members in a regular weekly meeting and make those regular weekly meetings very interesting. Develop the future leaders. As you are becoming the president of your club and you have certain roles and responsibilities, one of the major responsibilities you have to develop your club leaders beyond your club. The successful leader who make another leader. KYM. KYC हम लोग लेते हैं. KYM is very needed. Know your member. That is very important. We have 25 members, but we don't know the family background of that member. How many children here? Where they are reading? Where my friend have his schooling, his education background. This is very important. Know your member first and have a meeting. In a regular weekly meeting, you can invite some members to tell something on his life, past life, his schooling life, his college life, his professional life. This is very important. This is my prescription. You can think innovatively your way. Review your goals. What goals you have set at the starting time. Review your goals at Club Center. Amendment your club bylaws with the necessary changes, because Rotary is ever changing in dues, changing in your club dues. Some clubs have admission fees. That should be amendment in that club bylaws. Without amendment, without having in your club bylaws, how the members can be know that how much money he have to pay. Everything should be amendment in the club bylaws. You should be very clear about all the dues. Value your members. Every member is important. It's not like that I am going to be district governor or I am a club president. I am very important. Every individual is an important person. So give them value, proper value. Do not try to make a serious club. Have fun in your club. Sometimes after the whole day of our hectic lifestyle, we go to the club and again we have a very serious atmosphere in our club. That is not advisable. Feel good environment is needed. In a club, you need a feel good environment. If I feel a good environment in my club, then I will definitely attend my club regularly. Choose such a program which members show their interest. It's not like that I am a club member, I have chosen a project, but my members are not interested in that particular projects. So consult with your club members in which they are giving their interest and do such projects which are interested by the members. Create practical committees. When we are giving the committees, these committees should be practical, not to give anyone satisfaction. उसको खुश करना है, उसको ये committee दे दो. Don't do that. Sometimes we do many mistakes. Public image, very important role, but somehow we give responsibility to some person who has no idea about how to communicate or how to make a public relation. So be careful while selecting your committees. And I am almost at the end of my prescription, and the organizer will be happy that I am not taking much more time. Exchange family weekends. How many of our members exchange their family weekends with our members? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost here there are 40 people. But out of that, I am watching that 5 to 10 hands. So my prescription, at the weekend, don't go to the malls. Go to the friend's house, have a cup of tea, have a cup of coffee, spend some time. That depends on you. What do you want?
What do you want to mix with the coffee?
Yes. Yesterday, Mr. Bose says he has a bar. He has already invited you to go there. So you can attend that one also. And lastly, develop a strong family relationship. Which club has a very strong family relationship? Family relationship means the programs where the family involved. Do such programs where family involves. If family involves in our club activities, the club will definitely be strengthened. So family will encourage you. Where is your program? Why you are not inviting us? So my last prescription, the lifestyle change. That is, develop strong family relationship. Thank you very much for your time, patience, and try to implement my prescription. It's free of cost, nothing charged. Thank you.
Well, as Recidenci Sukhwinder Singh ji said that organizers will be happy that you conclude early. But truly speaking, I am sad that I couldn't give you much more time. I would like to hear you much more, your prescription. And this prescription is really wonderful. I was jotting down a couple of points. You delved into the subject very aptly, that identification of strength, engage the members, develop the future leaders. That is one of the most important. In this context, taking just 30 seconds, a TV serial became very popular a few years back. It was very popular amongst the ladies. Kyunki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi. It ran into the hundreds of episodes, and it was everywhere. And it certainly made career. And so that we drawing that parallel here, क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी, sir, बहू has to develop into a leader to be a saas tomorrow. So the future leaders, the younger generations, have to develop for the smooth transition of leadership. So it is the present leaders, prerogative as well as duty to develop the future leaders. Thank you, Sukhwinder ji. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful thought that you share. So, we just take a 2-minute break for it's not a break for any other thing. We have something in between. So we'll continue with this program. Just give us 2 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beloved District Governor Dr. Ukhra is like to give their certificate right now. One by one, I call the name. Please come on the stage and take your certificate. Tell me name.
Rotarian Shikha Saha Chaudhary Mahanto.
Rotarian Shikha Saha Chaudhary Mahanto. Please come on the stage. She is from Balughat. Balughat Rotary. However, she cannot attend in this dates. Rotary gate. Next is Rotarian Ajoy Bishwas from Rotary Club of Gajol. Rotarian Shubhankar Das, President Rotary Club of Steel City, Silk City. Shubhankar Das, Malda Silk City. Silk City, Malda. Anyone can come forward. On behalf of Shubhankar, AG are requested to come and take. AG Shubhankar has requested to collect this certificate on behalf of Shubhankar. Sandil. Okay. Thank you.
Well, as we are progressing towards the end, we have another good speaker on the subject of improve your Rotary knowledge. That is Rotarian Chandicharan Mandal. May I request Rotarian Chandicharan Mandal to kindly come onto the stage and share his thoughts. Thank you.
Good afternoon is already here. I don't know as organization said, another good speaker. I don't know I am a good speaker or bad speaker or not speaker. Let me first good afternoon to all of you, our district officials for incoming here, and congratulations to all president-elects, secretary-elects, and club officers. Our strengthening your club, for strengthening your club is the title of the session, but I am going to tell you what will be the district feedback to your efforts after completion of your year 22-23. Here the sub topics is awards, recognition, and gratitude. Let me first, how we are thinking to praise or proceed our awarding process, recognition process, and how District Governor Council will gratitude a craft or individual Rotary. The basis of award is not only the CMR. Point-based CMR, just note it, point-based CMRs, achievement of district goals, degree of response to the district, that is districts RL 040, governor's assessment during busy visit, and post-assessment of busy visit, that is fulfillment of commitment to district governor or to the districts during busy visit. These are the main factors what will be considered for giving the feedback from districts at the end of the year. So far we have discussed well in advance of the year going to be started. Now I am in the stage what will be the feedback from the district for your hard efforts. Next. Thus, what are the correlated factors to be considered? District goals, CMR weighted points, stewardship and reporting, disease assessment, and club's commitment. And many other factors may be considered for the awards and gratitudes. Next. What will be the district governor's citations on the basis of your achievement of district goals? Already the president elects were present here. They have seen in the page. Now please see it at a glance for our club officer I want to show. Clubs completing all 7 categories of district goals. There are 7 categories of goals, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If any club can complete all the categories, they will get the recognition, whatever we say, it is diamond citation. Next, 5 categories, for 5 categories of achievement, out of 7 categories will be acknowledged as platinum citation, and 4 categories, for 4 categories of the achievement by the club, they will get ruby citation. Next. Just see at a glance as time is running and we are already going behind. Just see, payment of various obligatory dues, it is already discussed. Now next. It is on membership, plus see at a glance, it is already discussed. Next. Rotary Foundation. 100 per capita contribution, it must be fulfilled. You should be fulfilled. It should be fulfilled by the club. At least 3 major members from the club. Minimum contribution to TRF by 100% members at the rate of 26.5. The first contribution to TRF in your foundation history. Promote 2 PHF to multiple PHF. Minimum $100. A very minimum, I want to say, least amount $100 to polio fund, sponsored at least one Peace Color or medical mission or VAT, and joining 1 global grant. Out of these, at least 4 to be achieved by a club for getting the next citation. Next. At least 1 service project of 7 areas focus. Now it is already known to you what is the focus area. I am not going to that. 1 polio plus awareness program in the month of October. Upload at least 3 subject, 3 special service projects in literacy. Upload at least 3 service projects in Rotary showcase. Whatever Officer Jitani has told you, please please upload all the service projects in Rotary Showcase. It is very important, and I am telling you, I am warning you, it will be tallied with your CMR also. Whether your project has been uploaded in Showcase or not. Okay, next. I am not telling or reading all the things. Please see at a glance. I want to say, just note the second point. Also, at least 2 candidates for district international level of lineup. It's a very important issue as we are lagging behind in this point. Hence, district governor has put it in his district code. At least sponsor 2 candidates for district international level lineup. Celebration of World Interact Day on 8th November. Special award for special point to be considered for hosting in the lineup. Next. 100% registration in minority. It is not a tough tax, it is very simple tax, and it has already discussed just few minutes ago, some minutes ago, Officer Ethan has told you how to register in minority. 100% goal setting in Rotary Club Central for Rotary year 22-23. There are 25 points of goals. Please fill all the goals, and it is already known to you, as Officer Kitani said, if you achieve 13 goals out of it, you have the chance to get Rotary International citation. Group G, next. Only one of these 5 we have to achieve. You have to achieve only one of these 5, and it is very easy. Just participation in International Family Organization Program, participation in Inter-District Family Exchange Program, participation in New Generation Service Action Program, promote Inter-District Motorbike Activity. Just want to bring your attention for the number 4. It is directly related to our conference, and see in promote inter-district motor car, bike, car rally, bicycle rally by the members to promote Rotary activities and image. Image building of Rotary is very important issue, and in this category, our district governor nicely from his pen has put these goals in district goals. And number 5, one organize a motorbike or car rally to district conference venue. You know what is the district conference will be held for 2022-23? Please say where? Answer is coming from the foreliners. Thank you. Thank you. Please attend. I request all the clubs to make a large number of registration and participation in our next conference, for the coming Rotary year. Next. Now, how to make CMR, it is already discussed. Now, how you make a competent CMR, it is very important issue. Just earlier, I have told you, CMR will be point based, and in last 2 years CMR, what is the difference? In last year CMRs were not point based, but this year award committee as well as district governor council has decided make the CMR as point based CMR. That is, points of the CMR will be considered, consolidated points will be considered for awarding. How the points will be considered and what will be the points, it is the official message in advance, but it might be changed, and the district governor or our committee reserves the right to make the systems of pointing or methods. A minimum points to be set for all contents of the CMR, You have already seen the contents. A minimum point, which is the basic points, will be allotted for all the contents of the CMR. But it will be weighted. It will be weighted. Suppose a point is allotted for a medical related camp. Suppose RCX has made a project on blood grouping, and RCY made a project on eye checking and also post-screening and post-screening and with cataract surgery. Both the highlighted protests should not have same way. That if the basic point is 5, there will be weight 1 to 5. A flying health checkup will get 0.5, and if your weight is 2, it will be allocated for 10. That is, weighted points should be considered. How the CMR will be competent and how the final points will be considered. Final points will be considered weighted point basis and a correlation approach, statistically correlation approach will be applied. In statistically correlation approach, what are the correlated factors? I have shown you, I have told you that there are multiple correlated factors and multiple correlation methods will be applied, and if we get positive correlation, your contents will be considered for points. If we get negative correlation, your content points will not be taken into consideration for summing up your points. You know, degree of correlation lies between -1 and +1. If it is -1, it is called negative correlation. If it is +1, it will statistically called positive correlation. In case of positive correlation, points will be considered. In case of negative correlation, points will not be considered. Only basic points will be allotted. Sorry, beg pardon for that. Every CMR will be tallied with the relevant database. For example, next slide. Suppose you have reported induction of a new member, and you have given all the details: member's name, gender, date of induction, name of proposal, etc. But it will be assessed only after updating your membership data in My Rotary. You will get 1 month for putting the new member or terminated member in database, and you are submitting the seminar after 1 month. Then it will be checked. It will be checked with the membership database whether you have updated the new members data. If it is updated, it will be considered for that month. If it is not updated, not considered for that month, it will be considered when you have updated the new members data. Then point base, it doesn't mean just submit the CMR and you will get the point. Next. Please, next. Another example. Previous one. Another example for vocational excellence report. Suppose you will find in the vocational revenue there is a point whether you have awarded any vocational excellence award. If you say yes or no, just yes or no is not the option in your CMR, then you have to state the details including the contact numbers of the awardee. Next. For reporting of common service project, Officer Chindani, Rotary Officer Chindani has already shown you how to upload the project. and how to report the community service. But I am telling you, our committee will also tally it with the Rotary showcase. If it is also uploaded in the Rotary showcase, points will be given for the project. Weight will be the maximum if it is uploaded in Rotary showcase in my Rotary database. Next. Okay, skip it. Skip it. Some important points should be keep in mind while submitting a reporting. Just see. No contents of CMR will be taken only by symbolic answers, yes or no, for earning points. You have to state. If there is the only option yes or no, then it will be assessed and considered for points. Only symbolic answer for yes or no will not be considered by the award committee for allotting, for crediting the points. Please submit your CMR by following 4 letters. It is assumed by all. No WhatsApp or Facebook posting will be considered. No WhatsApp or Facebook posting will be considered, as now we are finding that trends. You publicize your projects through WhatsApp or Facebook, that will not be considered. Please upload the image which is relevant and directly correlated to your reported projects. I hope that will be kept by our president and secretary or reporters, but we prefer CMR should be submitted by secretary or presidents. Presidents and secretaries should be the right person for submission of report. Next. Next. And what will be the award? There is a prospective list. These are the prospective list, not final list. District governor or RTM reserves all right to make changes, to moderate it, to alter it, or to extend it. I am not reading each by one. If you are interested, slide and any thing is not being understood by you, you may ask what is the basics of this award. Please keep 30 seconds for every slide and roll it. To 45 seconds. Wait. Awards for the best secretary, zone wise, awards for the best president, zone wise, awards for the best president, these were special order category competitors, special as to highest participation in the districts, conference. Hence, just see, conference, both in terms and percentage will be considered for your participation in conference. Slowly.
Participation or registration?
Yes.
Participation or registration?
Participation. Here participation is mentioned, but you know participation and registration, how? Here registration will be considered as your participation. Here percentage means percentage of the club's concerned strength, concerned club's strength. Now, please keep it. Prospective list of district awards, recognition, conditions, I will just awards for maximum number of new PHF. But the portion of the bracket is very important. Awards for maximum number of new PHA for the club. Just see, $100 is mentioned without matching. That is, sorry, I am sorry. beg pardon for it, $1,000, $4,000, you can't be a PHM. During the Rotary year 2022-23, that only your cash contribution will be considered. And it is already understood by you, it can be tracked, either the PHA by matching or PHA by only cash contribution, it can be easily tracked. And if a member, yes, one addition will be considered for in our list, non-Rotarian PHF is sponsored by any club, it will be also considered, it is noted by the award committee. Next. It is already discussed. Next. Remember, what I have repeatedly told, this is, please back, just look carefully. This is the new things are in our list. RID 3240 Outstanding Service Award. That is going to be introduced this year. RID 3240 Outstanding Service Award. It may be credited to a club or to a Rotarian, individual Rotarian, that will be assessed by the award committee and district governor. That will be decided in the award committee meeting with the district governor, and there might be two or three district outstanding service award. But the name suggests it is for individual, it is an individual recognition to individual Rotary. Now, lifetime achievement award. It is suggested one of the member of our award committee, and after discussion, it is put here. Lifetime achievement award. It is actually a recognition to individual Rotarian who has put in continuous Rotary service for more than 40 years here. Here we have indicated 40 years, 45 years. But after, I am telling you, it is the feedback at the end of the year. Lot of meetings will be done. The 45 years might be 40 years, 45 years might be for 40 years. 15 years, 25 years will be considered, and most of us have already completed 20 years, 22 years, 25 years.
We have to consider the age of the district also. What is the age of the district 3240?
Yes, various factors will be considered before awarding anybody, awarding any club. Lots of multiple factors will be considered. Even remember it, total points or sum of points is not be considered. Statistical analysis will be done, and it should be without break. Our district might be 35 years old, but a Rotarian may be more than 40. I know so many Rotarians. I know so many Rotarians who are crossing 40 years. Yes. Now, this is a prospective award list. District Governor and Award Committee. These are every liberty and right to make necessary alteration, modification, and extension. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of District Governor, on behalf of our committee, and our committee is consisted the various icons of Rotarians, myself, and sitting another icon, Rotarian Kamasa Singh Anudhaban, Rotarian Siddhartha Bhattacharya of Shillong, and our local icon, Vibhajanand Dasgupta, sorry, I am extremely sorry, Vibhajanand Dasgupta, he is a very, couldn't touch with us, but I misspelled the name. These are the award committee. Again, thank you all on behalf of our committee. I am the chairman. Thank you.
You know, Chandida began his presentation by saying whether he is a good speaker, bad speaker, or not a speaker at all. Let me tell you, there is a famous dialogue of Sunil Shetty in a movie, Anjali, मैं तुम्हें भूल जाऊं ये हो नहीं सकता, तुम मुझे भूल जाओ ये हम होने नहीं देंगे. Similarly, चंडीदा, आप बोलेंगे नहीं ये हो नहीं सकता और आपको हम सुनेंगे नहीं ये हम होने नहीं देंगे. So, as we say that every good thing must come to an end with a good memory, we are almost at the threshold of the closing session. To begin the closing session, may I request Rotarian, our very own Rotarian Subir Roy, to kindly come onto the stage and share his thoughts. Thank you.
Finance Committee Secretary, Chairman, Hori Khandeval, Protean Hori Khandeval, past President, past Assistant Governor. May I call you for pressing of district budget for the 22-23. Hori Narayan Khandeval. So at least, আমার কিছু ভালো হলো হরি এন্ড নারায়ণ.
Namaskar, Namaste, good afternoon to all. There are so many senior members, district officials, reigning and past. This is such an assignment. Nobody will try to present. I am delightful and feel honored myself to place the budget of RI District 3240 22-23 before you. Before placing the budget, I want to share my views with you. Just think, last 2 years, there was Corona and so many others, there was no meeting, virtual meeting, etc., etc. But no stopping of price rising. Huge price has been hiked of all items, including food grains, including petrol, diesel, transportation. So, before placing the budget, please think about that. If any enhancement of the expenditure is there, that was due to price hike, huge price hike. We can say not 10%, it is, in some items it is 40% hike. If any suggestion, that should be accepted, but my suggestion to district officials that please, any district treasurer, that is the first assignment, and he is not so
expert in this matter. So my suggestion, my suggestion of the district officials that make a committee of past 5 years district treasurer so that budget can be prepared under their guidance. That will be better for you. This is my suggestion. You may accept, you may not accept. Let us start district dues. Income side, district dues. Probable members who have taken 3,500, 1,000.
We have not increased any last year.
No, we have not increased. That is last year, that is before last year. I have go through the budget of 21-22, 20-21. I have followed the budget and I have prepared my budget on that basis. In some item my expenditure has been enhanced. 135 lakhs. Pets from DG we have received 21-22. DG Shamkanwar 4 lakhs. Advisement in district directory and others from clubs and others we have to collect. Our target is 7 lakhs. Total is 46 lakhs. District directory expenditure. District directory that will cost. I have make a cost rupees 222 into 3,550 for neighboring district governors and others to distribute. That is 7,81,000. But we have in the budget it is 7 lakhs. Secretariat expenses 2 lakhs, which was in last budget 2,30,000. Rotary District Council 50,000. Interact increased by, it is double, 50,000 because so many interact clubs are there and we have in target more introduce interact clubs. Rotary Youth Leadership Award 1 lakh Raila, that means. Rotary Community Corps RCC 50,000. District Conference 7,50,000. We have to increase this amount because due to, I am already said that price hike. And it is out of our district, Digha, the expenditure will be some more.
I said.
Pets 22-23. What we have received 4 lakhs, that is in budget 4 lakhs expenditure. And we will give 23-24 district governor for pets 4,50,000. District assembly, which was 25,000 into 4 in last, now 2 assemblies, so 50,000 has been allotted for 2 assemblies, 1 lakh. Club recognition 2,50,000. TRA VCW 50,000. District project and events. So many projects have been increased so that expenditure has been increased. Nomination committee 20,000, COG 20,000, Tuto 10,000 into 2. Polio plus 50,000, medical mission orientation 1 lakh, new club extension 40,000, DG discretionary fund 2 lakhs, district literacy project 1.5, WINS project 1 lakh, district website 40,000, and this is 2 items. We will give district relief allocation 1 lakh, disaster relief allocation 1,50,000, and district foundation 3 to 40 support 1,50,000. Bank charges 10,000, postage and stamps 20,000. This is my budget. I think you will considering the facts that the price high, and if any changes, that must be accepted.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, yes.
Medical mission.
medical mission orientation, actually you can keep this amount in your district grant. District grant allows you to keep the orientation expenditure in the district grant. So you can take it off from there and you can put it under the next year's district grant, because as such we are getting a lot of money under the district grant next year. So it will be easily accommodated in the medical mission. So that's what I will say.
Good suggestion, sir. So this amount will be. Where is Partho? Partho Bhukun is here. Partho is here or not? That is omitted here and. Okay. Any literacy committee member? You have seen that this time we have increased the amount 1.5 lakhs for the literacy. So make your team and proposal for that, so that we can run for the literacy project.
District literacy project also can be shifted to the district grant project.
That can be, but addition to that we are giving the support. For purchasing the literacy books, like the adult literacy book 25 rupees kore amra eta kinte pari, and the support of this something we can go. If big project is coming, that can be taken by the consideration of district grant. But the small project, so many small projects is there. Shubrato is here for literacy, adult literacy project. If support is needed, so we can give a 20,000 for that. That's why we are giving it 1.5 lakhs for that. So we are thinking for the RCC also. So we consider 50,000 for the RCC. RCC for different activities of RCC.
There are different activities that we have a micro committee.
Yes, even on the RCC conference. So, anything more? Okay.
We shall try to limit the expenses. We shall try to save amount. That is budget. If budget fails, then so many criticism will be there. We have made budget and we shall try, the committee will try to save the amount. Yes, that can go to the...
Yes, revenue.
I'm ভেবেছিলাম যে ভাঙা হাটে দেবো, if this is full out, I am very fortunate. Thank you. If it is approved, please raise your hands.
Now anything? Yes.
I wanted to say that we are wasting money on directly what I feel. We can just create a link and we can pass it to each and every member. It will be enough. 7 lakhs will be saved for some other source.
One thing, Anju. Rotary News is known very well. They have a e-processing also. Still, they are printing the books and sending to everyone. Because of that, hard copy is something different to the e-copy. So that's why Rotary News also not considered in this thing. So we consider. Yes.
একটা বছর ছোট হয়েছিল, সেটা নিয়ে অনেক ক্রিটিসিজম হয়েছিল। ওটা চেষ্টা করব কম
Ladies and gentlemen, I quite support the idea that Rotarian Anuja has proposed. And this is something that we've discussed about 2 decades ago. Today we've heard from Jitesh how everything is going online. I don't see any reason why the directorate cannot go online. Number 1. Number 2, it's not just the 7 lakhs that you're trying to save. Think of the number of trees that you could. We talk about saving the environment and then we're chopping up all the trees to print our directories. Which, let us be very honest, how many of us actually use the directory? Everybody uses to see his name. I'm telling there are just 3 or 4 in this entire room. But the fact of the matter remains, the governor needs, it's true, the governor needs the resources to finance his other projects, and therefore there are advertisements in the directory. Now, I wouldn't like to suggest this for immediate implementation this year, because I think that would put a lot of stress on District Governor-elect Kushnam. We should not do it this year. But I think from next year, if there is adequate planning, I don't see why or how the District Governor nominee in his term cannot find other ways, out-of-the-box solutions to raise funds which are now being raised through the directory. Let us please be a little positive on this. Think of the environment, think of its usage, and think of the savings that we can make. And in a world where everything is going online, for us to try and refuse to change with the times, something that we were told yesterday, I think is a little disappointing on our part. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Going off the directory end of the session also it hurts. It is like disrespecting your Rotary, you're throwing it off.
Hello. Thank you very much, Anu and Shrimanji. It's perfect what you said for coming next 5 years. Still, after so much of persuasion, if not 70% of the member can enroll themselves in Rotary, my Rotary, how do you think they will read the magazine from the soft copy? So, it has to be. Your point has a very valid point. But it has to be nurtured. First, teach them to use the computers. When they become computer savvy, sir, they must. We have to accept the change, otherwise we will become the victim of the change.
Yes. Thank you, Randy.
Sumita, one question.
Budget pass karo, time pedi jacche wali abar.
Regarding the polio plus, we have dedicated 50,000 rupees. Can you please elaborate, like why the 50,000, under why?
Details we will give later. Okay. Okay, budget. Can it be passed and considered? Loudly. Loudly.
I think the ayes have it, ayes have it, ayes have it, and the budget is passed.
সুবিধা এক মিনিট আমরা সবাই যখন বলছি যে আমাদের সমস্তটাই অনলাইনে হবে, আমরা পেপার ফ্রি ওয়ার্ল্ডে কথা বলছি, তাহলে পোস্টেজের জন্য এখন কেন আমরা পয়সা দিচ্ছি? পোস্টেজ এন্ড স্ট্যাম্পসের জন্য কেন পয়সা দিচ্ছি? আমাদের সবটাই তো অনলাইনে।
এখনো অতটা উন্নত হতে পারিনি, যখন হয়ে যাবো 3-4 বছর বাদ ভিডিও করে দেবো।
দিয়ে এখন ঘোড়া ওটা তো খরচা করছি না, ঘোড়া হয়তো থাক। ছাড়ো হরিবাবু বেরিয়ে এসো। তুমি জায়গা ছাড়ো, তাকে হয়ে গেল পাস।
Well, after a lot of brainstorming and ifs and buts, finally we have passed the budget, and now we move forward. It's time that the participants share their thoughts. Before we proceed ahead, we would like to finish off a couple of felicitations, just taking 2 minutes. Presentation of mementos. May I request Rotarian Abhishek Jitani to kindly come onto the stage and accept the memento. Yes, Abhishek. May I request Rotarian Bandana to kindly felicitate. May I request Rotarian Bandana and Rotarian Shagata Ghosh to kindly felicitate. May I request Rotarian Chandicharan Mandal to kindly come onto the stage and accept the memento.
the Lord.
May I request Rotarian Sushanto Dattare to kindly come and accept the memento. Rotarian Sushanto Dattare, kindly come onto the stage. May I request Rotarian Sagota Ghosh and Mandana ji to kindly felicitate. May I request DJLD Sukhminder Singh to kindly come onto the stage. May I now request Rotarian Harinarayan Khandelwal to kindly come onto the stage and accept the memento. Rotarian Harinarayan Khandelwal. Rotarian Sagota Ghosh to kindly felicitate. Now progressing ahead, now as we are approaching the closing, I expect that it was a wider participation from all sides. So may I request few of the participants to kindly share their thoughts. I request one male participant and one lady participant to kindly come and share their thoughts.
Can I share my thought, please?
Definitely, ma'am. Most welcome.
Firstly, I would like to say a good afternoon to everybody present here, and a very good afternoon to all the dignitaries, to DG, to PDGs, and all esteemed dignitaries of Rotary. Well, from yesterday I am attending this seminar or training program, and this is the first of this kind for me. I'll sum up my words in very few letters. Firstly, I would like to say that this was a very enjoyable and a pleasurable journey for me. I really loved each part of this. There were some parts which were outstanding, especially the questionnaire session with Dr. Satyajit Bose and Priyanka and our PDG Shapu Chaudhary. That was the limelight of yesterday's program. And I'm very proud that I am from Rotary Club Asansol Greater, Secretary-elect 22-23 and President-elect 23-24. I'm Sujata Mukherjee. And the second thing was the feeling of fellowship and friendship. This is what we hear every time. Well, this was the first time I came over and I experienced this in a larger mass. Yes, I could never feel that I am not a part of Rotary. It was a beautiful gathering with all the dignitaries who made us feel that we are family. Very proud of being a part of Rotary, and as said by Helen Keller, alone we can do very less, together we can do so much. Yes, together we can do so much, and I think I'm excited enough to take up my position and give the very best to Rotary. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your excellent thought. I think it will go a long way to serve the humanity. May I request one of the male participants to kindly come onto the stage and share his thoughts. I'm sure we have been able to look after you very well. Please come and share your thoughts.
Anyone?
Anyone can come. Any president-elect, other than president-elect, anybody. I mean, who would like to share his thoughts?
Yes.
Please come. Yes, sure. Why not? Please come.
Please identify yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon everyone. To all my seniors, my friends, I address myself as Rotarian Ritik Hatter. I am from Rotary Club of Asansol, Royal Bengal. We have been just formed in 2020, and just you can say in January 2020, and after that from March onwards we only faced this online session. We were planning to go for this district training, district conference, but we missed out in all those opportunities. We were all dreaming about, like we had my friends from the PDG, Rotary and Shoban Chaudhary, and Rotary and Sunil Das, they all used to say Siliguri is a wonderful place, you can go there. These two people inspired me to join Rotary. So we were all not able to go there. So we got this experience to come over here, and it was a wonderful experience. I'm going to be the Sergeant at Arms next year. So like the elaboration that we had, we also had we don't have any post, give you a Sergeant at Arms. But the importance that we got to know about Sergeant at Arms, it was really very good. And it was also a very good session, like ma'am said, Sudha ma'am said that as we had from Dr. S. Bose, the discounts and the lively session, how to talk about public speaking. It gives us a lot to know about public speaking. So knowledge and all are there, but to make new friends, to learn more, I think this is the best part of Rotary. Obviously, we can read out in the, like say, manual of procedures and all the online, it's always there. But to get the live experience from you, the teachers over here, all the other Rotarians, it is really marvelous, at least for you guys for us. And even I saw many of the teachers also learning from all the questionnaires or the other participants, like from Colonel Sir, yesterday the Sergeant at Arms, to be specific more. And obviously today's sessions were also very good. I got an opportunity to attend PETS in Guwahati under IPDG Subhashi Sir strategy, and even the Siliguri award ceremony. But the training sessions are, I think, very crucial, which we can pass on to the other board members or to the other Rotarian friends, so that they can also get inspired and follow it in a different way. So thank you everyone on behalf of all the Rotarians present here. We thank all the organizers. It was really a very good, well-organized event. We could have asked for nothing more than this. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. May I request Rotarian Shammubrato from Malda Mango City to kindly come and share his thoughts.
Good afternoon, thank you everyone, all the dignitaries and the guests here. This is my first time attending any district assembly just after PETS. I am Shammubrato Moitra, President 21-22 this year from Rotary Club of Mango City, Malda. So after PETS, this is the first one, the district assembly I am attending, because I was the secretary and the president both the time was the COVID time, so all the things were in online mode. So this is the first time all of you guys gathered, and I can see the faces of all known faces here in the dignitaries, because I've seen all of them from my childhood, because my father's a Rotarian, so the Rotary is not my hobby or anything like that. It is a legacy for me. So here, this is very informative. All the sessions were, the phenomenal speakers were there, which we have heard all of them before, as phenomenal as they were at that time. So these were all the informative. As I have told my junior, the class fellow members, go and sit on the and try to learn each and everything, because this will stay with you forever. And I'm thanking Rotary Club of Durgapur Small City for arranging the whole thing. Exactly, this phenomenal arrangement and each and everything. So kindly give all of them a big hand.
Thank you, Shamaproto. Thank you. It was pleasure hosting you. And that's why they say Rotary doesn't stop. It passes on its baton from generations to generation, like Shamaproto said. And I hope it will continue to pass on. Now may I request PDG Ashok Agarwal to kindly come and share his thoughts. It will be definitely short and sweet. It is always short and sweet.
Well, folks, what can I say? I was trying to find what is the fault. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any. So, that's my thought. Thank you.
You know, they say you can express many things without expressing even a single word. That's what Ashokda did. You know, he expressed everything, what is in his mind, without saying anything. Thank you so much. May I request Rotarian Orijit Endo to kindly share his thoughts. PDG Orijit Endo to kindly. I'm sorry, I'm a new Rotarian, so this mistake is pardonable.
It's not at all a mistake, because first I am a Rotarian, then PDG. So, in one word, I am more shortcut than Ashok. Excellent.
Now, we are longing to hear that baritone voice, you know. Shoponna. May I request Rotarian PDG Sopan Chaudhary to kindly come and share his thoughts. It is the closing remarks from Sopan. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. Now everything has an end. This is the end of such a beautifully organized training seminar in Durgapur. I'm really lucky to be a part of it, and I'm thankful to these three clubs, especially the parent club, Rotary Club, Durgapur Small City, and everybody. I not say Subhita alone. Everybody who was very active. And today, if you see the activity of this club, you will find that this club is one of the finest and the vibrant clubs of our district. Please put your hands together for Durgapur Smart City for us. Firstly, I'd like to start off thanking the district governor-elect, Rotarian Dr. Pabi, for his brilliant idea in organizing this kind of program. Thank you all the Rotarian delegates who are present here since yesterday from different parts of the district and from different clubs. The facilitators for their excellent thought-provoking sessions, the session chairman, Shivli, originating and animating their sessions and keeping things both under control and reasonably on time. However, most importantly, my dear friend, I'd like to thank you all for your participation. You are the best participator I have seen since yesterday. And without your inputs, ideas, and discussion, this workshop, this seminar, this training seminar would not have been the success it has. If I go back to my previous presentation on the purpose of the DTA, I had mentioned certain points. I'm going to take a stock of that and I'm going to close it. When you started, I tried to outline, I felt we are trying to do here. What was the purpose of coming here? Let me analyze whether it was fulfilled or not. First of all, I said, be a good listener. So all the facilitators, all the senior leadership will agree that we had a very disciplined listeners, very patient listeners. They had participated so nicely. Is it that? Or is it that? Okay. So number one is fulfilled. Number two, I said, enhance, exchange ideas and opinions on Rotary projects with your fellow Rotarians. So Yata, can you tell me whether it was fulfilled? You are a new Rotarian, that's why I'm asking you. Exchange of ideas and opinions from your neighboring Rotary club friends about the Rotary project, Rotary culture, Rotary functioning of the Rotary clubs. Have you done that?
Yes, a bit. I have done.
Was it benefited?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so second purpose was fulfilled. Third is find out what other clubs are doing. That is also one of the things. Any new members, Homobroto? Yeah. So have you spoken to your colleagues, your friends from different clubs? Have you tried to find out what kind of work they do in your club? How their club is functioning? Have you talked to them? Have you gathered something, some knowledge that which your club is not doing and they are doing there? Have you noted down? Okay. So was it beneficial to you? So that purpose was also fulfilled. Then I said, create context between people. How many Rotarians have met a Rotarian for the first time and taken his mobile number? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so many. Okay. Thank you. That purpose also fulfilled. And concentrate on the purpose for which you are here. That was the punchline. That was punchline of the my speech. So I think they have all concentrated. They have their patient listener. So this was the 4 or 5 points which I had requested all the participants to follow, and I am thankful that they have followed it, and it has given immense benefit to them. Friends, I am very happy that last 2 days we have exceeded even my most optimistic expectations in all respect. Here in this meeting hall, during the break, during the tea break, during the breakout sessions, and outside the hall, and in the fellowship pavilion, everywhere I saw people are enjoying. They are dancing, they are singing, they are enjoying a lot. That proves that the purpose of this seminar was successful. I hope that the contacts you have made, my dear friends, here will continue in the future also. I am convinced that they are very useful for all of us. We have already heard very complete summaries of from many speakers what they are feeling about this seminar, how they have enjoyed this seminar, what they have learned, and in a nutshell, they all spoke about it. So I'm not going to repeat that at the cost of repetition, my dear friend. But on the top of all these issues and subjects we have heard and learned, I would like to summarize is change the functioning of your clubs for betterment. That was my request to everybody. Change the functioning of your club for betterment. I'm sure that you are going back to your own club, going to discuss with your fellow Rotarians, and you're going to implement whatever changes you want to see in your club which you are not doing and some other club is doing. Number 2 is adopt a big project. Friends, this is a call from the senior leadership of Rotary. Every now and then adopt big projects. We have done enough health checkup camps, blood donation camps, and tree plantation program. Now think for something big. That was my call, my request to everybody. I'll be thankful and grateful to them if you go back to their club and think about this and try to do something better, something bigger, something bolder. Increase at least 20% of membership. Our target is 10% of course, but as I said that, you do not know at the last moment who comes up, who doesn't come. So please make it in your mind that you will have to have a growth of 20% membership with women members and members from the young generation. So that is one call was given to them. Please, again, I request that you go and discuss with your fellow members, make the plan how you're going to do it, and please do it so that at least we can have net 10% growth at the end of our year 2022-23. Rotary is now concerned about its public image. पहले ये होता था कि हम काम करते थे घर के अंदर और मेरी परिवार को पता निकलता था मैं क्या काम करता था. Now Rotary is concerned about the Rotary का कहना है कि हम जो भी कर रहे हैं, let the public should know about it. Our good work should go to the community. They should know that what Rotary does actually. So Rotary is now concerned about public image of Rotary. So involve press and media. अगर छोटा भी प्रोग्राम होता है, प्रोजेक्ट होता है, if you're doing a blood donation camp even, that's a small project. You please involve the press and media people so that they can cover, they can write about your project, and they can at least write the name of your Rotary club. That gives a little help to the Rotary's public image. And increase member fellowship among the members by involving Rotarians' family. I requested that each and every club should have at least one week in a month to organize a program for the children and the women and the ladies of the Rotary family so that they come much closer to Rotarians. They understand, they feel, they love Rotary, they are also eager to come to that day where we are organizing such programs for the families. And do something which nobody has done in the past. I always say, I actually believe, and I say that do something which nobody has done. As a secretary, as a president, as a district governor, as an RI director, whatever position you are, please do something. Don't follow the same path your other people have done. Maybe by doing that they were successful, but who knows, if you're not doing that, if you're doing something else, you are changing your style of working, you'll be much more successful than him. So please do something which nobody has done. That's my earnest request to you. And friends, I once again thank you for being the reason for the success of this training seminar. And before I log out, my dear friend, let me request you to please put your hands together for the silent worker behind the curtain. Guess who is the person? Subida, please come. People's choice, not my choice. They all have said Subida. Please put your hands together for Subida. अच्छा, तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. अमिताभ बच्चन के स्टाइल में बोलूं. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Thank you.
Thank you, Sopanda, for your.
आना जाना ही तो लगा रहेगा. रोटरी का यही तो मेला है.
Now, inch by inch, we are coming closer to the cruising line, you know. May I now request Rotarian Dr. Kushanabhu to kindly come and express the words of gratitude.
Well, I know you must be saying enough is enough. Every good thing must come to an end. This is high time. This session should come to an end. Just before leaving, I want to ask you one question. How did you feel? Was it a fantastic event? Do you agree with it? Please raise your hand in support of this event. Thank you, it's overwhelming. একটা কথা আছে প্রায় ব্যবহার হয় পৃথিবীতে যা খুব ভালো হয় হঠাৎ নয় অবশ্য কথাটা কিন্তু ঠিক নয় তার প্রমাণ হচ্ছে এই দুর্গাপুর স্মার্ট সিটি টিম দিনের পর দিন রাতের পর রাত এরা কাজ করে গেছে and a fantastic teamwork. I really appreciate that anything good has to have such a hard toil behind it. এবং আমি মনে করি যে আগামী বছর যখন আমরা দায়িত্ব নেব এইরকম একটা প্রচন্ড ডিসিপ্লিন টিম আমার সঙ্গে থাকবে I am proud of it, I am very confident of it that we will succeed and thank you everybody for your patient listening, participation. I think this will bring our event to an end after our vote of thanks. Thank you everybody.
May I request Dr. Pavi to kindly accept the memento.
Of my heart, the whole team and family members of RC Durgapur Smart City. Thank you all. Stay blessed.
May I now request Rotarian Jhumu Roy, the President of Rotary Club Smart City Durgapur, to express the adjournment of the Assembly.
Good afternoon. Hopefully all of you enjoy our DTA from the discussed leader. You have enjoyed food and fellowship. We try to give you the satisfaction for entertainment program with fun and fellowship. If any shortfall comes from our side, I am sorry and apologize for this unfortunate issue. Now I adjourn the District Training Assembly at 1:35 PM for fellowship and lunch. যদিও অনুষ্ঠান শেষ হইয়া হইল না শেষ আমি একটু পিডিজি দাদাদের এবং ডিজি নমিনি সবাইকে একটু কষ্ট দেব একটু স্টেজে আসুন আমরা যে তিনজন মানে রোটারি ক্লাব অফ দুর্গাপুর স্মার্ট সিটি সবাই রোটারি ক্লাব অফ এলিটের সবাই এবং রোটারি ক্লাব অফ উখরা ক্লাবের সবাইকে একটু অনুরোধ করবো আসতে আমরা সবাই মিলে একটা গ্রুপ ছবি তুলব Thank you.